Orchard.
What is that?
OXT.
I don't remember that, but good on you, man. Did you get some?
Yeah, that
No,
thing's
I mean,
in the
I talked about
stratosphere.
it. I didn't get it, but I did talk about it. Remember, I had one of the creators' friends tell me about it at the gas station, and I come back to the Discord and told everybody about it.
Nice.
Nice, man, nice.
All right,
Yeah,
let me. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Nice
go ahead,
chart,
Seth.
Greybeard. Thank you for bringing that up in the general. Holy shit, look at that spike up. OXT.
I am just about to tweet that I'm going live. That's another cool thing you can do, Pisket, is have a Twitter so that people can get notified when you go live in case they don't have the whole, YouTube app with notifications turned on. Like, I don't know, some people like Twitter. I don't know. But I just always put out a little tweet.
Yeah, I would like to create a Twitter with a lot of. I already have 1,800 followers, but that's because I was for trending in a while in Clubhouse in Libya. Some people know me there. Yeah, but I don't wanna. I don't feel like I wanna mix it up with with what I do. With the crypto. I think it's weird for my people, and I can't talk. I can't talk about leverage, and I have to be careful, so I don't want to bring my people in, honestly.
That's fair enough, man.
But yeah, maybe another profile, as Sal is saying, fake profile, and get you guys to bump it up with like 1K followers. That would be nice, yeah.
Alright, I'm live.
Hey, Crypto Down Under!
Crypto Down Under is online.
Do you have a customized special intro for you?
Yeah, I've got to come up with some kind of intro video or something.
You're not cool. If you don't have a special intro for you, that's not cool, man.
That's right. I have to upgrade that.
Yeah, he's booked all week, but I can get you in the following week.
You can get me where?
She's talking about Dr. Supernova being booked all week.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but if you want the following week, I can get you in. Right now, he's cooking a brisket or something on the grill, but we can get you in.
That's cool. Yeah, I've got a degree in animation, and it'd be cool to start doing stuff like getting back into the animation thing, making little animated things for my channel, and having a custom border around my stream, like my TradingView or something. That'd be fun. Like gum trees, like eucalyptus trees, and koalas and
especially for sideways. You wanna create a
a border
overlay. Yeah, border. Cool.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
I gotta jazz it up a bit, and maybe like a kangaroo hopping across the bottom or something. I don't know, like a little cartoon kangaroo. But I thought I'd change
Goose, what did you want to say, Goose?
Oh, go ahead.
Goose was trying to
I was going to say we should probably get him on a good microphone recording those intros, a couple of different ones. Since he keeps changing them up,
This is a big deal. Bitcoin's really pushing here to get to that previous high. Damn.
Oh, look at that
candle. If you want to see what a bull flag is, this is it. This is, you can see here, this ascending channel here. Beautiful flag shape, and then boom, the breakout. I thought we were breaking out back over here, and we kind of did, but yeah, it just didn't step in at that point. They just wanted to do one final shakeout, I think, the market makers, and then, yeah, here we go. This is the proper push. Hopefully we get above that previous high of 62,933. So we're currently at 62,389 and climbing pretty rapidly. I'm gonna go to the 1 minute. Yeah.
636.
Yeah, man, this is
target family.
It is after market open in Asia right now. It's Monday morning in Asia.
Yeah, total market is making a run at this all-time high.
63.6 is the push I see.
I need to get all these like fandom figurines off my desk and go look at the markets and possibly trade.
Altcoin market is about to take out this B high from the correction. It's moving on it. That's looking good.
I was gonna say some of those that I had that were trapped in bags from that big dip are actually at 2.3% profit right now. Alts are stepping up.
Yeah, I think this time, because I think a lot of alts are set up like in a kind of trapped in a triangle. I think after Bitcoin finishes its big move, some profits money from the Bitcoin will flow to the alts, pushing them, giving them a leg up. I don't think it will be extreme because of the dominance, but it will be nice for the if you took a position at the beginning of the month, you will be happy by the end of the month, hopefully.
Yeah. The daily candle from yesterday, like, you know, what was that? Almost 40 minutes ago. That was a nice looking hammer right there. So it came off this dip here, this pullback, which is basically the bull flag, and it's produced this lovely hammer, and now we're getting that climb off the back of it. So yeah, let's hope it just keeps running up.
A lot of these alts are still well underneath on the 15 though, so it's probably a lot of them are going to get rejected there and come down.
I want to call a range of for BTC rather 63.9 and let's just say 59 for the next 3 days.
As a pullback, like 59, 58?
Yes, that's I mean, there's a possibility that I mean, my primary support for this range, but it doesn't seem to want to go there. It's like that 57, that range you was talking about earlier. But I kind of anticipate a different scenario than you guys, that Bitcoin would kind of like just pause right here, and we'll see some alts take off up in here.
See, Ethereum just crossed the 200 on the 15-minute.
Ooh, Ethereum trying to play catch up. Oh, that descending, we just peaked on the descending formation I had for total market cap. I think Grey Day Music was asking about that. I posted that earlier. Let me...
Yeah, Ethereum's current 15-minute candle opened up on the 200. That's very, very positive.
Beautiful price action, honestly. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice strong break. So this
Looks
pullback.
like DOGE is following Ethereum.
Yeah, like check out total market cap. We made a new all-time high. Like that's awesome. It didn't quite go into price discovery, but I don't think many people trade the total chart. Like it's just, this is just what's happening. You know, as a result of people trading all the individual cryptos, right? But yeah, to see it coming up here and making new highs, that's incredible. You know, bull market is healthy. Bull market continues. Breaking above that Bitcoin descending channel has been a very key, like it's a very keystone event. Like it's a milestone to get out of that. You know, because that was threatening to keep us down for the rest of the year and into next year, that resistance there. So the fact that we broke above it is awesome. Yeah, this is actually a record for Bitcoin, by the way, because Bitcoin death crossed back in, I think, early June or late May, something like that, around here. And we're getting that climb, and we golden crossed so soon after that, and now we're almost back into price discovery on Bitcoin. I mean, I think it would be really silly to approach this close to the previous high and not quite make it and just get completely rejected. Like, I don't know. I'm still feeling pretty bullish. I think this is waking retail back up. Like, everyone's probably coming back into the space. Like, you know, you'll probably see all of the YouTube crypto channels like starting to pop off again, and then you'll see like Reddit hype, you know, all that kind of stuff, all that crazy stuff. But
So it
yeah,
seems
that.
like Litecoin.
Go ahead.
It seems like Litecoin is the only leader coin that's trading under the 200. So we have 3 different leaders in this market right now. That's kind of bizarre.
Oh, really? Like, as in, like, what's pulling in volume right now?
Yeah. We've got like Bitcoin is well over the 200, and it's got some that are following it, and then we've got Ethereum who just got over the 200, and some that are following it, and then we've got Litecoin that is reaching towards 200. All of the MAs are lined up like in different ways, but kind of similar but different, and 3 different groups of alts following all 3 of them. It's odd.
Okay. I'm definitely gonna check that out, like with the moving averages and things.
Yeah, I feel like they need to be categorized. Like this is kind of an important moment to see who's following who's leading it.
Yeah, and
yes, ma'am.
We've still got Ethereum. Is still in this, like, there is a bit of a threat of this rising wedge type pattern, but we've seen Bitcoin break out the top of a rising wedge, which is like the unexpected move. So if we can invalidate this rising wedge, that'd be awesome for awesome news for Ethereum. But check out how this pennant played out there. See the green triangle shape here. This pennant, it entered from below, so in an uptrend, and it left in an uptrend too. So that's a textbook bullish continuation pattern right there. Yeah, it's good to see that. Like, I don't know, like I can't remember where I got this figure from, but like with the patterns, they play out 70% of the time, and about 30% of the time they fail. As a rough guide. So you can't, like, they're by no means are they guarantees. So anyway.
Hey, so can we call that an inverse head and shoulders on the Ethereum daily?
Yeah, that's the inverse. I'm watching Rick's stream.
Yes. Yeah. So do you mean like this little thing that we had going on? Yeah, that is somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders, right there.
Ethereum on the next 15-minute candle.
Oh man.
Hold on.
That's a 4,800 target coming out of there.
Okay, sorry, that was Bitcoin on the next 15-minute candle. Its short moving average is going to cross the mid, and it might cool it down a little bit.
Yep. And you can see with Ethereum, it had a regular head and shoulders as well, like it was this, which caused the dip to this point here. But yeah, the right shoulder of the head and shoulders became the left shoulder of the inverse head and shoulders. So there it is. Now let's go back to Bitcoin here, because it's, this is a big deal, it coming up and testing that previous high. So we'll see if we can get it happening. Now there is this line of resistance, 62,583. Now that's a really old school resistance line. I think that comes from back here. Actually, no, it doesn't. I think that's just a line that I can get rid of, because it was an old high that we were dealing with. I don't know where it's from though, but I'm going to get rid of it anyway, because that wick there is the that's the line to get above. So 62,933. Pretty confident that we'll get above it. This momentum is like very positive, Doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
So this is bizarre too. ADA, Matic, and XLM's charts look almost identical.
Yeah, you're talking about the little coil up and then it leaks out the side of it and coils up some more.
Yeah, well, they have more selling pressure, or the other ones don't. I wish I could get to my desk right now.
I think you know, Bitcoin permitting, I think there's going to be a beautiful day of trading ahead. I mean, just like the last month has been great for trading, but yeah, just with this positivity coming into the market here, like this bullish direction. There is a little bit of a consolidation at this level just for now. It might have hit a previous point of resistance that we dealt with back over here. Yeah, right here. You can see this pivot here is producing a little bit of resistance, and then there might be some here as well. That pivot, and then most likely here too, because this is the highest we've been in many months. So 1, 2, 3, we've got those 3 lines to deal with, and we're sort of dealing with that first one. If I do a Fib retracement off this high here, that peak, down to that bottom, that dip, we'll see if there was any reactions off those key Fibonacci levels on the way up. And yeah, check it out. 1 second, I'll roll this across. You know, even before finding out that low there, because we didn't know where this Fib retracement went down to, but it shows, like, look at these little peaks here getting rejected by the golden Fibonacci level, the 618. That's pretty impressive to see that. And like it did hit a little bit of traffic through here too. Like you can see there's some wicks and candle closes that are sort of capping out like underneath the 0.65 Fib level. And then yeah, we got that breakout, and we've just hammered through that 786 resistance, and yeah, just dealing with this pivot right here.
Hey Rick, has anybody given it, or have you given a thought, or anybody else given a thought to, you know, on this news, this ETF stuff coming out on tomorrow? Has anybody given a thought that maybe some of the bigger players, maybe like a Kathy Woods or some of the bigger whales that owned a lot of Bitcoin, a lot of other coins, that maybe they sold off? Maybe they're the ones that caused this drop a couple months ago because they were poisoning themselves to build up some money so they could, you know, they sold off high, the market dropped, and then they got back in because maybe they're the ones backing this ETF stuff.
Potentially.
Manipulation. Can I add to that also? What are we thinking on the buy the rumor, sell the news thing coming up to tomorrow, being in the ETF rollout or approval? Like, I don't know. Kind of makes me a little nervous.
Well, yeah, Asia's buying the news, so
be cautious. Yeah, because as soon as that ETF goes live, like on whatever marketplace it gets listed at or whatever, yeah, there could be a significant move that catches people out. So just be careful.
Hey, so Bassmaster here. What's up, guys? What's the ETF news for tomorrow? I've been away from my Discord for a couple.
it's supposed to be out tomorrow, but possibly not tradable until Thursday.
For who and what, when, why?
Don't know.
Oh, okay, so that's the news. Gotcha. Thank
y'all.
Yeah,
just that the ETF's coming out on Monday, but it won't be. It may not be tradable for a few days, possibly Thursday, I think is what they said.
Yeah, the news is it got approved and it's rolling out this week.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, so I'm not suggesting it's going to be a big dump scam or anything, because it's going to be traded on the market. It's going to be SEC, regulated or whatever. But maybe this last couple of months that we've all been riding out and kind of trying to figure out what the hell's going on, it may have been that the backers of the ETFs may have been setting up themselves to be able to back this thing up, and when we see new things roll out, they normally spike the first day and then fall throughout the next week or two, but until they get some backing, more people buying into it. But I don't know, it was just something I was thinking about, but I was wondering what y'all's thoughts were on it.
I just want to quickly shout out, thank you Grade A Music for the super chat, $5. He says, thanks, Rick, with the little praying hands. And you're most welcome. Thank you for the continued support, Grade A Music, because you've been showing love for many months now. And yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate that.
I can tell you if Coinbase releases it, I will be buying some if Coinbase has it.
Yeah, and let's say there's a comment from Rajan saying they're not meant for holding. A lot of us are scalpers and swing traders, so news is important to us. Just saying.
Usually those are stocks, though, so I don't know.
Thing I can tell you about this ETF situation, it's going to build up a lot more adaption. People that are in 401ks and shit are going to start to pay attention to cryptos. I think this is a really, really important thing in our, progress to get more adaption, in my opinion.
100% agree.
And not just for the ETF itself, it's for the coins itself inside the ETF or whatever's going inside the ETF individually. Those will pump too.
Isn't it going to be just Bitcoin?
Well, an ETF is multiple different things going at one time, right?
Yeah, it's like a basket full of, certain
Right.
tech stocks and shit. They put them in one little bundle.
Kind of like how you can trade the S&P 500 or something. Is that right?
Right.
It's like an index. I don't know.
Like an index.
But no, it's not like an index. It's like an ETF. It's
right.
It's.
I don't
Okay,
claim to
but
know what that all that
ETL
stuff is.
Okay, but in the ETF collection of a certain sector, which
It can really be anything, I guess. I mean, I think. Maybe how they're going to do it, you might get a Bitcoin ETF. Things that are tethered to that, an Ethereum ETF. That's what it sounds like.
I'm not finding anything to say it's going to be a compilation of other currencies, unless I missed something.
Well, either way, I think the fact that Bitcoin's doing it first, like, that seems kind of natural and healthy, and if it goes well, like, you probably see other things coming out, like, Ethereum ETFs and whatever. If that's how, yeah. I don't pretend to know how ETFs work. I've never traded them or been involved with ETFs or anything like that. I've never even traded
the little knowledge
stocks.
I got on it, you can build them.
Right.
Sorry, Rick. Go ahead.
It's all right. Yeah. So I guess.
I mean,
see what happens.
a stock is one company. An ETF is multiple companies. It's that easy, bro.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how it
there you
works
go.
in the stock market. Yeah, I'm just trying to say that's how a traditional ETF, speaking from the stock market, is based on a certain sector. Let's say it's tech stocks. You can get an Apple, you can get some Google, some Amazon. You can get all those shares of all those stocks in one ETF.
Now, an index is an index just a tool to look at to show you how things are traveling, or do you trade the index chart? Like, can you trade the S&P? You know what I mean?
If I'm not sure, index is it's the whole thing. It's the whole index.
Yes.
Right. So you can trade the index. Okay.
Yes, you trade the index. If you're trading the index like it is, you're trading futures. You can also trade the index as
I see.
an ETF. And
so it's sort of like a derivative.
It trades like a stock.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I spend my days.
Well, yeah, I guess looking at the total market cap, that's kind of like an index, isn't it? The crypto total market cap calculated by TradingView. That is like looking at essentially the S&P 500, just the crypto S&P 500 kind of thing.
What if it's like the top 20 in total market cap? What if it's the top 20 in volume?
Yeah, well, that's right.
Like
there's all different types of ways to index. Yeah, the market, for sure.
Yeah, but that would be, instead of it being like the index, like the S&P 500, that would be like the S&P 20 or the index 20.
Right.
So they're still grouping they're putting
Yeah.
a group of coins together, and that was my point. That was my question. I was just trying to raise some thoughts. What you guys thought about it?
Yeah, because I mean, hell, they could come out with an S&P 20 and just like have that indexing the top 20 stocks on the planet.
Yeah, well, let's make sure we know what we're talking about here. I don't. It's not like the coins are coming to the stock market. It's companies that are invested in the coins are put into an ETF, and you invest in those companies that are invested in crypto.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. What are their so is the ETF going to be compiled of BTC and other investments that they have?
Right. It'll probably have some alts in there as well, but just a reminder, it's not an ETF full of coins, it's an ETF full of businesses that invested in crypto.
Well, back in crypto land here, we got BTC still gunning, which is awesome. Still running up here. Just about to hit 62,500. It's at 62,480. There it is, 62,500. So
636 is the target, family. 636 is the target.
636.
I was gonna jump out. Somebody told me check the 4 hour. Told me go on get my hard hat back on and strap my seatbelt back in.
Yeah, you almost shook me out, bro. You almost shook me out, and I was like, nope, I ain't doing it.
I was going to smoke, man. I was like, shit, I can't leave nobody hanging. So put your hard hat on, get your finger.
I don't even
together.
pay attention in general. I don't even pay attention in general. And all of a sudden, I look at one post from Darrell. I was like, I'm taking profits, and I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? And I'm like, hold on. I was like, no, I'm gonna wait, bro. But I'm glad I did not just get shaked out, bro.
Tips are always appreciated, gentlemen.
I'm up 445%.
Damn. Yeah, I'm still sitting on my purchase from 41,000, brother. I was deciding if I was gonna take some profits.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is looking tasty. You know, always keep both scenarios in mind, like up or down. Like you always have the understanding that it could go either direction at any time. So just, yeah, always have those fail saves in place. Don't over leverage, don't get too cocky, you know what I mean? Keep it real. It's just sort of realize like what your emotions are doing, like to your decision making, and try to keep them in the back seat and keep that logic in the driving, or with its hands on the steering wheel, so to speak. So.
And don't invest any money that you guys cannot afford to lose. I can reassure that's the worst thing you could possibly do. Psychologically, it will wreck you. Just if you got extra money you can afford to lose, that's the money you invest.
Yeah, that's it.
But the good traders lose it a few times before they figure it out.
Yeah, there is like a bit of a trial and error phase when you're just starting out as a trader. Like you have to learn the ropes, and yeah, getting burned is all part of it. So you won't respect the market until you do get burned. It's kind of like the old analogy that I was using a while ago is like, you know, kids don't respect fire or think surfaces that are hot until they touch it and get hurt by it, and then they know not to touch it, you know.
Some people don't think fat meat greasy.
And I'll add one last thing to that. If you can get a job, a good paying job, this trading shit is nothing because you got all that extra money for dry powder that doesn't affect you one bit. So get a good job, and then now this as a little hobby on the side. Life is good afterwards.
And if you're finding that trading is tough and you just can't get the ball rolling, change it up. Don't do the day trading thing. Don't scalp. Take it out, zoom out, and play the larger movements. Maybe think about investing, because that takes all of the guesswork out, you know. All you have to do, there's two things you think about, is buy the dip and be patient. Like, that's all you have to do. And, you know, obviously you have to be getting into something you believe in long term. Like, do you see it going into price discovery within the next 3 years or 2 years or whatever, you know. So yeah, I think that's the way to play it. Like when you start to get a feel for the market and you see how it moves and you sort of get in sync with its rhythm, then you can go from investing and then jump into more not scalping, but swing trading. You know, trade the overall market highs and lows. And this is what oscillators are really good for on the high time frames. Like, you can see the weekly on Bitcoin right now. That is, like, you can see it's taking off like crazy. And you can see in the past, look how high this thing can go. So can you see the headroom there on the weekly? Like, we could be in for a long ride up, but you know, it's not a guarantee. That's the thing. Things can look convincing in the oscillators, but for the most part, like, if you see that, like, that's a pretty strong signal to me that it's looking healthy. You know, you've got the histogram bars here growing week by week, and let's see. I think, yeah, well, obviously this week has only just begun, so let me just see this.
I got a feeling Doge is gonna pop. I don't even like that coin. You know that, Rick. I just got a weird feeling that thing's gonna just pop.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, it's been squeezing for months. Like, you can see the volatility has just been getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and then the apex is like, you know, around December. So I think it's gonna pop out of that squeeze before December, definitely. But yeah, we'll see if it can get a rally like back up and go back into price discovery. That'd be really cool. But yeah, it's hard.
Hey, Mr. Graybeard, you still here?
It's hard to know
yes,
where
sir,
to
I'm here.
target it.
How'd you enjoy that NKN run we talked about? That was pretty nice over the weekend, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, sir. But hey, it's still on. But Mr. Rick, he doing a presentation right now, sir.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, excuse me, Rick. Go ahead.
No, it's all right. It's been a pretty relaxing stream anyway. I haven't really gone into much depth with any of the alts or just looking at... I'm just mesmerized by Bitcoin being up here, you know. I'm still blown away. You know, breaking out of this yellow line here was such a big deal. You know, that shifted my opinion, like, dramatically, because I was, like, calling for a, you know, it's probably going to get rejected here, and we're just going to bounce between 30 and this yellow line, and it's just going to keep reducing until we go flat into, like, reaccumulation long term. But, yeah, to get the punch out of that trend is very significant to me. So, yeah, I guess when you're a trader... especially when you're a trader, you have to be, you know, mutable and willing to change your bias, you know? If you get new information that goes against what you are projecting, you know, it's okay to change your stance. It's, I mean, the market changes its stance all the time, so why shouldn't you as a trader, you know? You know, if you've got a bit of a reputation as being a bear, you know, and then the market shifts into a huge bull trend, you sit there looking like kind of silly, and like people will be like, you know, coming at you with all sorts of grief. But yeah, just see both sides. The market does move up and it does move down. We all know that. So yeah, changing your bias or your opinion or your projection is totally fine, and I encourage it. But
62.5.
yeah, damn. Still climbing up.
Darrell, can you help me get Angel up in here, bro? I don't know how to do speaker 2 gift shit. He got a boot when him, Clive, and Captain Kronos got into it like a month ago. And he I think he don't know how to get back in, bro.
Yeah, Rick, I've repositioned on Cardano a couple of times, down from 211 and 209 and 208. You know, it's been. It's pretty easy to reposition right now, like you were saying.
If you done like me and Mr. Graybeard did, you bought it back when it was $1.01.
I'll get you back, bro.
Y'all too smart for me. I wasn't around back then. I don't remember.
Hell yeah, Doc.
Look at that BTC 4-hour family.
All right, Angel should be up in here in a minute. He's gonna sign out real quick, see if that works. That's a good move, man. He's a good dude.
Think nothing of it. Watch this 63.6 pop up though.
It's trying to break up 618 right there.
And the reason why I want to bring Angel on is he knows a lot about that ETF actually, so he can actually tell us all about it.
Cool, thanks.
Ooh, here we go. Come on, Bitcoin. Take that next leg. Alright. Still on the approach.
Good, Rick.
Yeah, still on the approach to that previous high. We've dealt with this resistance here, this pivot. And now we've got this little baby one to deal with, but then yeah, this is the wick that we have to get above.
No doubt. What's anybody got the eyes on the RSI for the 1 and the 5 minutes?
5 minutes on its way down right now. It's at 57.
Getting ready to climb up.
It's curl back up. Looks like it's gonna push. It looks like it's gonna try to curl back up right here.
Hey, Ran, good shit on that Matic, bro. I got in at 64 cents. That 90 cents is fucking amazing anyway. Angel, try your speaker, bro. See if you can push talk.
It just dropped itself down to 19. It's dropping.
Can y'all hear me?
Heavy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We can hear you, bro.
Hey, I just wanted to say congratulations, guys. We live for this moment. This is the moment that we wait for.
You know it.
Sure
It's
is.
coming in hot and heavy too. Might need my little air resuscitator thing to come out the cylinder. I can't breathe.
Yeah. Always be aware. Always be aware of pullbacks. Like it, you know, these runs that just go up like this, they do have a tendency to take a leg down. So always be careful.
You mean I can't call my mom and tell her I made it yet?
Well, you can if you like. It's up to you, but I still think, yeah, even if it does pull back, like let's say it finds support here, which were these previous pivots here, that's still healthy. Like it's fine. Like it's just gonna pick up more passengers before it takes off again. But yeah.
Hey Rick, do you know how to read the cipher thing?
Yeah. Market cipher.
Yeah. Why don't you look at my chart real quick and so you can tell me a little something.
All right. Let's see. Are you talking about the cipher A or cipher B?
I got the B, divergences.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now, don't it look like the money influx supposed to be going back up right now?
Waiting for this chart to load. Oh, I see. Yeah. Now, which one are you referring to? Sorry,
I think it's the yellow, ain't it? That make the money, like the money going back to the other side.
Yeah, that's the VWAP. So, when that yellow, like when this wave comes up, but then takes a dip and drops back below the center line, that causes a momentum dot. See that little red dot there? That's because the yellow momentum wave crossed back below 0, just here. And then you'll see when it crosses back above, it produces a green dot, which is what you got right there. On the momentum wave, on the big blue, yeah, mountains, the waves. Yeah, that little green dot. That's caused by the
Never
VWAP.
noticed that.
Yeah. Yep.
I never knew that.
Yeah, he's hiding right there. Yeah. Sometimes they're hard to see, but yeah, you can see it's threatening to produce like a little bit of a pullback in momentum. It hasn't been confirmed yet because the candle's still live, but yeah, damn, you're down on the 15-second there.
Yeah, because it match up with this one thing. Look at it now, those 626. This is how I be seeing it.
Rick, don't give him any more tips, bro. He's getting too good for us these days, bro. He's gonna leave our ass.
That's good.
Hey, but then look, I got that. I got the jolt laid over top of it too. That's the jolt.
Oh yeah, the jolt. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I just closed my own little RSI line in there. And on the 15-second, my RSI is down to 16. It's climbing slightly, but it's priming for a push.
It's good. You know, anything that gives you confidence in direction, and you know, it can be a combination of indicators. It can be one, or you know, whatever gives you consistency. Go for that. You know, nothing's right, nothing's wrong. Like. No one's 100% right with what indicators they choose to use, and no one's wrong. It's just do what works for you. If you're making profits, you're doing it right, you know? Simple as that.
Right, I'm still stuck on that Doge pack, bro. I've been making lots of money on those scalps.
Yeah,
so, it's whatever works for you, you know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
If it don't make no dollars, it don't make no sense.
That's right. Yeah. So yeah, there is a bit of a hint here that we might be getting just a little bit of a pullback on this journey up. Got a bit of a shift in momentum there. The MACD 15-minute histogram bars here have shifted, so they're producing these like lighter bars here, light green, and that indicates some kind of a pivoting in momentum. Shift in momentum. Not to mention the RSI on the 15-minute is doing a similar kind of pullback, but these are all like, there's parts of these charts that are lagging, like they're just taking an average of what's happened, and they notice when that momentum has shifted. When things slow down, they indicate, oh, there's a bit of a change in the way that we've been traveling. I mean, you can just see it. You don't even have to look at indicators. You can just see, okay, we're no longer getting green bars, we've got a red bar. And that's exactly what the indicators are saying as well. So, you know, some people get to the point where they turn all their indicators off, and they just work with lines of resistance and trend lines and things, you know. And they just focus on the structure of the market, and they get a feel for when that resistance gets hit and a rejection happens. Like, okay, there's a shift in momentum, we might be getting a pivot, turning down. But I'm still feeling bullish. What's the 1 hour doing? See, 1 hour is healthy. Like, start on the daily and work your way back. So daily, yeah, even though there's a little shift being threatened right here in momentum, and even the histogram bars are depleting, RSI is quite high on the daily, but that's okay. You can still get a bit of a push out of the next couple of hours. And then if we go back to the 4 hour, that is primed to move up. Like the next couple of candles should be, you know, if we're taking this as an indication, we've just had a momentum swing on the cipher indicator for this candle. Mind you, there is still 2 hours and 41 minutes left, so that could change. But at least for now, it's signaling and indicating that there is still some headroom above. You know, we're not hitting the ceiling just yet. If you go back to the 1 hour, that's a similar story. Like it's primed to keep moving upwards. RSI isn't hot just yet. It is on the warm side, but it's not totally hot. It hasn't been exhausted. There's no divergences here on the hourly. It's all healthy. So see how we go.
Hey, Angel, I don't know if you're still on, brother. Can you maybe elaborate what you've read about the ETF scenario that's going to be rolling out in the next week?
Yes, it's sort of kind of something like a derivative in a sense that it's not a spot hold. Like they're looking to have something that's called like spot ETFs, which is like they have to buy the physical one where it's not kind of like a derivative going, you know, like a representation of such. But the good thing about ETFs is they're typically locked up for a certain duration. Could be 6 months, could be a year, which gives probably which produces a form of stability. But it also brings in like older clients that would probably be afraid of crypto until they could see something that like is more in their playing field.
That's a great description. Great way to explain it. I'm hoping that
Right.
gold and silver money come on board.
They are trying to get what's called the spot ETF, which is different than like what they have right now, and that's going to bring like volatility, because every time that they buy, you're going to see crazy amounts of just weirdness. It's almost going to be like they have an account on Coinbase or something like that, but it just dumps in the money. Where this is a little bit more planned and a little bit more subtle, but nonetheless, you know, these older people who just are so skeptical of anything to do with cryptocurrency, once they see ETFs, they kind of think that it is something like an index fund, because it's something that you put away and you meet with your broker every so often to talk about things. So it kind of is an easy transition. And we need those people because they're the ones who have the majority of the wealth in America is in individuals that are 55 years and older.
Right on. I see what you're saying here as well. And for anybody that doesn't know, Angel's on. He likes to research stuff. He's not a charter. He likes to do a lot of reading in this stuff. So it's always good if you got something that you want to know about, he can look into it. So, but thank you, Angel. I appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Anything I can do to help the struggle.
Yeah, how's the weather in New York, brother? How's everything going? You still kicking it or what?
It's kind of crisp over here, and it's raining bullets every once in a while. But other than that, everything's fine.
Right on, right on. Well, stick around, brother. For real, we finally got like our, solid unit. I was there that day that happened with Captain Kronos, and that sucked. And it was with Clive, and it was like both of them not even like here anymore, to be honest with you. So just kick it, brother, for real.
Yeah, I feel at home, man. I see that you're here, Daryl's here, and everything like that. I know where you guys are. Good.
Yeah, you're
and
golden, brother.
Also Rick too. Rick's golden.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah, we got
appreciate
good
it.
times over here. Also, Angel, click the little. There's gonna be a lot of airdrops that you'll see in the general chat. Just click the little celebration hat, and you already have a wallet built in Discord that you can withdraw the funds. So if you get like 20 Doge, whatever XLM, whatever they put into the airdrop, you can withdraw it right into your Coinbase, whatever you want. But it's real.
Oh, wow.
It's free money. Just click the little party hat, and I'll show you my balance right now in general. But I've only been doing it for like a week, so.
Check out.
awesome.
You guys are talking about
This just showed me a rounded bottom just now, bro.
a rounded bottom. And what time frame?
I'm on a low time frame.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
Let's see. Let me see.
Yeah, I
where
see
we
this
just fell from.
this little scoop. Yeah. You guys were talking about crypto news. One of the best websites for crypto news is CoinDesk. CoinDesk.com. Check it out.
Yeah, I checked that out. It's awesome.
Yeah.
CoinDesk.
CoinDesk.com. Yeah. I'll put a link in the
Hey,
general.
great. Thanks for the doji, brother.
Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an alert. It has something to do with Bitcoin and maybe just something to keep your eye out on. That ICP Infinity Obviously, they are now going to provide Bitcoin with smart contracts. So that's going to increase the value of Bitcoin in the sense where it'll be more than just a store of value. So I expect that ICP would probably start to run with BTC, being it that they're going to be kind of like partners in crime, so to speak.
Did you just say ICP?
Yeah, Internet Computer through Definity.
Oh, I know what it is. That's interesting. You just brought that up. All right, I'm gonna jump on KuCoin. Go check that out.
Check out this article on CoinDesk. This is the sure thing, the force multiplier, and the under DOGE. So this is a podcast, the CoinDesk podcast network. That'd be interesting to listen to. How paperwork, predictions, and force multipliers can flip the script. Yeah, check that out. Like, that might be interesting if they're going to talk about DOGE, because they're talking about the under DOGE, right? Let me read this little bit. Dogecoin, regardless of its intrinsic or functional qualities, has been buffeted by unique force multipliers. The Dogecoin NASCAR was just one of a long series of public spectacles that bolstered its value through familiarity and positive association. In a world of high risk, hard to understand speculative currency gambles and scams, the friendly face of Dogecoin continued to show up in shockingly pleasant contexts. There you go. So that, yeah, like, there's just exciting little nuggets of information that come through this website, CoinDesk. So yeah, keep your eye on that. And they're, obviously they're for crypto. Like, that's what they're all about. So you're gonna get a lot of positive news. It's not all about the doom and gloom and the FUD. Yeah. And another great website, if you haven't, you've probably seen me or heard me talking about it already, but Crypto Market or Coin Market Cal, I'll put that link to that in. That gives you an idea of what things are coming up, like what exciting events are coming up for whatever old coins. It's worth checking out, and I'll drop a link to that in the general as well for you. There we go. I think what they've been talking about on that website recently, let's see what's on trend. Highlights.
Back up to 62.5, Rick. Back up to 62.5, baby. Came out that little pit.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Ethereum. Ethereum has the Altair mainnet upgrade on the 27th of October. So that could cause some nice activity on Ethereum to come in the coming week.
Buy the rumor, sell the news on that one.
Yep. The 20th of October, we have something happening for Terra, which is Luna. You know, the ticker Luna, LUNA. That's got something happening. Prop 128 voting ends, so I don't know what that's all about. But Harmony 1 has a trustless Ethereum bridge on the 25th of October or earlier. There's something happening for Polkadot Parachain auction. I don't know what that's all about, but it's worth researching.
Rick, do you remember when I came into the stream and I was like, check Polkadot out, and it was at $14, and I was like, yo, you guys gotta check this out. I don't remember.
What's it at now these days? Oh, dude.
It's like $42, bro.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
I don't even remember yesterday, so yeah.
Yeah.
But
one of those Matic Polkadot shillings that I went on one night.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been touting Solana for so long, and it is still looking healthy, by the way. There is a larger kind of trend at play still. I know this one kind of failed. This is the one we were tracking. It was coming up from here, but we lost that. We're now below it, but still, there's still hope there. It's still holding support, and the fact that we got money flowing back into the total crypto market, I think Solana's going to see some love. I think all of the alts are going to see a little bit of love in the coming days or weeks, especially if Bitcoin manages to stabilize up at these higher levels and punch higher.
So what was Doge at when Bitcoin was at its all-time highs last time?
Like 70, 60.
45 or so.
Well, let's see. On the daily, Bitcoin hit its existing all-time high for me on the 14th of April, which was before 420. So yeah, Doge was definitely nowhere up near its all-time high on the 14th of April. It was on its way. It was on its way to 420. You remember that build-up, that run-up that it had.
So the SNL was more relevant than the actual BTC was to Doge, yeah?
So can you repeat that? The SNL was more relevant to Doge.
Doge than BTC was
Oh,
to
yeah.
Doge.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. This thing trended regardless of what Bitcoin was doing. Doge can do stuff off its own merit, and any altcoin can. If there's something fundamental driving that crypto, like, yeah. And a lot of that would have been people taking profits off that Bitcoin run that went up, and then probably putting that profit into Doge to ride that pump. You know what I mean? Like as that appreciated, because things take turns going up. Like it's not that everything pumps on the same day at the same time, because that would just be all spread out evenly. Like it would be, you know, it seems to funnel into like a handful for any given day, and then it changes, it shifts, and then you get it flowing into another area. You know.
Yeah, I guess the thing that throws me off is it was so connected to the hip at BTC for a little while, and now it's like so not. You know what I mean?
I think when nothing's happening, like right now, nothing's happening in the real world with Dogecoin. Like there's no event that we're waiting for. There's no catalyst that's driving it right now. So these pumps, like this was the 421, this spike here, and then this was the SNL spike. And then, you know, we had all of the Elon tweeting back here that got it to 9 cents.
I can't hear him right now.
You can't hear me? Alright, well, yeah, catalyst-driven Dogecoin. It's not... I don't think it's
So I was
got
gonna
like
add
this...
anything, but I was gonna let all the memes hit. You were roping the whole time, but you should check the general.
Did my mic crash or something? Some people are saying they can't hear me.
Just fine.
Okay, good.
No, man, you've been spot on the whole time.
All right, thank you. All right, so yeah, it's waiting for that catalyst to that next moment for it to run. But it's cool that it's held ground, regardless of that massive bear trend that Bitcoin went on after its all-time high. Like, yes, it pulled back, but it created a new floor. Like, it's 16 cents at the moment, and we got that higher low recently on 20 cents. So, things are, like, climbing nicely.
Hello?
Hello?
Rick, I had a question. I noticed last time when the altcoins really exploded, it was when Bitcoin had a real sharp pullback, like just a really, really, just weird. I think it was May 12th. I remember that was like when all my altcoins shot up. It's because people are when they sell out, they're just going into the altcoins and trying to like make another bump.
Sorry, can you repeat that? I just got distracted by something.
So what I said is I noticed that when the altcoin spring last time that it really happened in a dramatic way, which was May 12th. I'm a hodler, but I do remember epic moments. You know what I mean? And I just remember that Bitcoin shot down dramatically, went from like 60 something down to like 57 or something, and then all the altcoins just sprung forward. That money from those altcoins, is that the profit that was taken from Bitcoin that spills over?
Dude. Yeah, I think that seems reasonable. Like that's a good sort of hypothesis on that. Like, it has to go somewhere, right? Like when people sell Bitcoin, like when that money leaves Bitcoin, it goes somewhere. A lot of the time it's flowing into Tether, like the stable coins. As people, ride out the storm, they get the fear. But then if something is hedging, like acting as like a hedge against Bitcoin, like it's trending in spite of the drop, some of it's flowing there too,
Hey, everybody!
Yeah, I only figured that.
Everybody, come to general. Come to general right now. We got a little action.
Uh-oh.
We got Tame New York tagging me on Twitter.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Messages getting through, huh?
Have you responded back to him?
I just happened to check it right now, bro. I just seen this.
Ooh, I'm about to go in there, bro, and get your bag, Bubba.
I knew it.
So wait, Tame is saying that he introduced the community before it was under a penny. I don't remember him being on YouTube
when it was
before that.
under a penny. That's what he said. When it was under a
Nah,
penny.
hell no, bro. He was doing Tame the Ark fucking
Oh,
game
shit.
streams before then, bro.
Don't miss the drip, misplay this Tame shit.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I think that Biscuit said no name dropping.
Yeah, fuck that noise.
Yeah, I'm about to delete it too.
Hey, Rick,
Block his ass.
came up with that.
pardon?
I said I came up with that assumption because back in my gambling days, every time I used to hit on the slots, I used to go into the poker room afterwards because I still had action on me. So I figured that with these guys, once they make that big killing, they feel like they've got everything they can for Bitcoin for the moment. They got to go ride another. They got to ride another pony and get some mileage out of it.
I like that thinking, brother.
Yeah, it's you know, the people that are aware of how the market moves, like the people that have experience in the market, their money is always moving, you know, like it's never stagnant, it's never sitting still, or it's never crashing down. You know, they'll shift it to where there's movement, and you know, it's kind of crazy how that works. And the more you have, the more influence you can have. You know, like these market makers, they call the shots. It's kind of scary, and I bet you they play against each other too, because they're trying to be the big dog, like, you know, the biggest. So they'll fight against each other, I guess.
Darrell, do you know where that Prolific put that flow down chart with the BTC to Ethereum, the top 25 to the alts? Where was that at? I can't find that shit.
I gotta say somewhere. Hold on.
Hey, Rick, it's almost
Yeah, throw it in general, because that's actually a really simple way of looking at things, man. And I'm not a huge fan of Prolific. He's a cool cat. And not to mention, he was shilling Sheep over Rick's stream like 6 months ago. So you got to give that cat some credit. But yeah, that chart is super easy to understand how the flow of money works from BTC to Ethereum to the top 100 or so, and then the alts. So it's a chain. It's how it works.
Sal, we can hear that game in the background. What's the score? I got money on that, but I'm not
Sorry
watching it.
about that, man. Hold on. I always do that shit. Yeah, I don't have any money on the game, but Russell Wilson's out, so Pittsburgh should probably win this game.
14-0, right?
Let me check. Nah, it's 7-0. Oh, maybe I'm out. It probably just scored. It's buffering or something. Thanks for the heads up, though, man. I don't know when I'm doing that shit.
Hey, Rick.
Yo.
Yeah, I said it's part of human logic as well that if you're playing scratch offs and you hit $500 on a ticket, you're not going to pick from the next row again. You know, you're gonna go somewhere else and start playing another game. But just a little news about XLM. You know, I'm sure you guys heard about the partnership. I'm sure everybody heard that the MoneyGram partnership. And one of the reasons why it hasn't lifted off yet is because they haven't unloaded, or they haven't onboarded the Lumen into their system yet, because they're not starting to do that until like November. They're going to try a couple of small countries and small regions just to make sure, to troubleshoot it, to make sure that everything's okay. But early in January, they're going to start unloading into the MoneyGram system, because they have to buy lumens in order to operate. In order to have security, there's a thing called friction. They have to have enough stellar lumens to secure the network, and also surge pricing. So they'll have to buy in order to utilize the stellar network. That's why you haven't seen a rise right now. But in November, you'll probably see a little bump, and then in January or February, whenever they do the worldwide situation, you're going to see a significant rise in XLM.
Number one, thanks for that, because I have shitloads of XLM. Excuse my French, everybody. Number two, that chart is in general. If you guys want to look at the flow chart on how money works, I think it's really important to just take a quick little look so you can be one step ahead of it, right? So get your ready, and this is not financial advice, but get your money ready in Ethereum or large caps when you start to see that money flow from BTC. So check it out.
I don't necessarily think the French will say shitloads.
Repeat that one more time.
I said I necessarily don't think the French people say shitloads.
I don't even think I know a French person except for Lord, and I don't really claim him, to be honest with you.
Well, you said please excuse my French.
Oh shit! I was like, where the fuck's he going with this? But yeah, I got you. I'm trying to be G-rated for YouTube, bro.
Biscuits French?
No, we got Rick streaming though. You gotta be careful.
Once all the banks and see that the stellar lumens network is working fine on the MoneyGram system as far as remittances goes, when those people dump in, boy, look at here. And just to let you know, whether it's Stellar Lumens, Algorand, or XRP, there is no competition, because the amount of money that they have tied up in these banks is enough to use all of them. And especially if they use something like Solana or Polkadot to run multi tokens at the same time. Anybody that's in any three of those, there's no competition, man. There's plenty of money for all of us.
Yep, those are all my coins. Thanks, Angel.
Yeah, you're doing good, bro. You're gonna be on the same yacht as me, man, or you'll be across in your own yacht. Excuse me.
Yeah, buddy.
Nah, you'll all be coming to Jim to get on his quant yacht.
His quant yacht.
Jim, can you just tell me about this? All right, so let me just tell you, Jim. I haven't really talked to you personally in the last couple of weeks or whatever. We've been kind of missing schedules, but every time I'm listening, I've never heard somebody shill a coin more in my entire life. What the hell is quant coin, bro? I'm listening now. What do you got? What is it?
Angel's probably done. Angel will probably be able to explain it to you a bit better than I can, because he's well in deep to that sort of to that part of the market. But it's all based around the centralized bank digital currency stuff. I don't know if Angel wants to chime in. He might have found something.
It's a great project, and I studied a lot on it, and I just remember seeing a lot of beautiful things about it. Mostly the partnerships. It kind of follows along with everything with the whole DeFi and just how everything's always all the white papers say basically the same thing: security, DeFi, unbanking the unbanking. You know what I mean? But as far as their partnerships go, he has some merit in shilling that coin. The only problem is that the coin is so expensive; it's hard to buy enough of them to really make profit. So it's kind of like I wish I had a lot of money, because if I did, I would buy it. And if it went up $5, then I'd have so much of it.
Yeah.
But if it goes up $5 and you own 2 of them, well, you got $10.
Yeah, it's $303 a piece, bro. It reminds me of Comp Coin. that fluctuates from 360 to 450 all the damn time. It's a great swing trade. But yeah, that's pretty pricey to try to get a gain, bro. It's down 3% on 24 hours. It's up 3% in the last week. It's number 48 on market cap. But damn, yeah, that is expensive, bro, to like try to get a gain.
It pushes all the right buttons. It's got all the right partnerships. It's aligned with everything. But it's just that when I speak or when I invest, I have to invest according to like how much money I have and who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like I just can't afford to buy enough of them to really capitalize on it.
Right.
That's why.
But he is right, though. He is right for being excited. He is right for being excited, and obviously, if it's so expensive, you're going to be excited about something that you've got that much money in.
Yeah, but even if you got a 200, 250 or something like that, and you have 2 or 3 of them, you're still making $200-300. You know what I mean on swing trade. So depends on what your entry is.
Yeah. But if you
I just
buy
want
in
to get
now,
10 of them. That's my goal.
Right.
Is to have 10. I've got what 3.2 now.
I'd be scalping the shit out of that.
the beautiful thing I like about it is how many coins are in circulation, which
How
means
many is
that
there?
it has. Oh, it's a very low count in
20
comparison
million?
to most coins. Yeah, compared to most coins, you know what I mean? And
14 million.
Okay.
So if it bumps, it's gonna bump in a way that is gonna be everyone's gonna feel it. It's just that when does it bump? And it's just I'm gonna get some. I'm letting you know that right now. But I just need to get some profits whenever I.
No, the reason why I bring this up is Expectus, if you ever listen to him, he was always about the compound coin. And he got in at 250 and then he scalped and he did swing trades and he did all this shit. And he's always been in love with compound. And it's trading at like 350 probably right now. It's probably a little low right now. But I don't know, it just reminds me of that one. It's like really tough to make good money. But if you really know the patterns of this thing, you can make good money. If you just, like you said, if you get 2, 3, 10 of them and you know what this thing does, you can still make fantastic money. I wouldn't be shying away from, shit, it's $700, it's $1,400, but you just made 300 or 400 in the last 2 days. Like, it'll pay itself off.
There's a guy I've seen in the order books. There's this guy who keeps scalping it. He's got like 280 of them.
Yeah.
So every time it goes up like $10, he'll sell and it'll come down a bit, and then he'll buy back in. So every time he trades it, he's making like $1,000 or something.
And it's because he's staring at the same exact coin. That'd be my advice to anybody that's listening. I don't even know if we're on YouTube or whatever, but just get really zoned in on one coin. And I do it on Matic. I'll tell you right now what Matic's going to hit in the next 7 days. I'll tell you right now. But the point is I stare at these damn screens every day and I look at the same coin. I look at the patterns. I look at all the charts. And then I know what's going on. So, yeah, stick with it on quant, bro. If you got 2 or 3 of them, Jimla, keep doing you, bro. Because I can assure you're going to get 3 now and 4 now. And then you can start swinging with bigger bags. But yeah, just keep doing it, bro. I like it.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Like, I think I've set myself that goal of getting I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it by the end of the year, but I wanted to have my 1,000 Cardano, my 10 quant, unless I get like a big bonus for Christmas or something. I don't know.
Pick a second job up.
Oh man, I work enough as it is, bro.
Come on, bro.
You see,
there's 24 hours in the day. You work 8. You got 8 to sleep. You got 8 hours. What do you do in the remaining 8 hours? Pick up a
Hey
little
man,
side
I just
job,
need
bro.
this OnlyFans to pop off, bro. I need some of you guys to subscribe.
Just saying, bro. There's tons of time, bro.
Hey, talking about OnlyFans, the Internet Computer, ICP, they're talking about maybe putting OnlyFans on their network, so that way they wouldn't have any censorship or canceling.
The only thing I know about ICP, Angel, back in the day, I remember going up to 350 or something like that, something crazy, and then it dropped down to 40 or something crazy. I'm on KuCoin, so I have that available.
Yeah, it actually went up to 750.
I looked into it a little bit, see what the fuck this coin's all about, and it reminded me, and I don't give a damn what, I guess I don't care about the morals, unfortunately, but It reminded me of like the cartels. Like it was like a mafia type of coin. Like that's where the money's coming from. It's like the laundry money and stuff like that. But I could be completely wrong. But that's what I
What's the
got.
name?
The owner of the
What's the
founder
ticker?
of the company, it's ICP. The founder of the company, because of all those allegations and because of the fact that it went up to 750 and dropped, and people called it a rug pull and all kinds of allegations, he actually about 2 weeks ago got on a live broadcast and decided to answer anybody's questions towards all those allegations. And he was somewhat vindicated by, you know, showing up and just being humble and answering some of the questions that he
Doge
had.
on the breakout. Sorry, bro. Doge breaking out.
Oh, I got a bunch of Doge now. I just
Yeah,
converted
me too.
my
Where's
coins.
let me watch that Doge.
Yeah, let's check Doge. I just did it to ride the wave because I told y'all Doge is gonna pop. Watch.
It's already popped, Mr. Sal.
I'm just saying it's gonna pop though, like up into the 30s.
No, we're going further than that, sir. Much further.
I know. I
You
just converted
changed,
a bunch
Sal.
of my
What's going on?
XLM, a bunch of shit. I got a feeling about Doge, bro. I don't
No,
know.
I remember what happened to the
I'm
old
glad
cells.
you finally.
Fuck those.
Say again, sir.
I'm glad you got a
Oh,
little bit of Doge, Sal, because I remember about 3 months ago you were like, "I'll never own that shit." Blah 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 blah.
You know what it was is Apocalypse sent me that 50, so I was staring at it all the time in my portfolio, and then I was like, dude, why don't I just convert Doge when it pops and then go back to the coins I love, which is Matic. But yeah, I use you guys for when I need you.
Have you guys heard?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm glad you're gonna make a little money now.
Hey,
If you guys ever heard of Andreas Horowitz, have you ever heard of that? It's one of the biggest investment firms, like ARK Investment. They're also tied up to ICP, and if you look them up, Andreas Horowitz, they're in almost every crypto with millions and millions of dollars. That company would be very, very shy, or would not really be near a company that had a scarlet letter. They're probably one of the top investment firms in the world, actually. And you might want to check out that partnership with ICP. But that whole drop from 750 back down to like 200 and now to 40, yes, it was not a nice thing at all. And it's going to bring about weird speculation about, you know, the who they are or what they're doing. But they've cleaned up their act, and they're creating smart contracts for Bitcoin. So anybody who's holding Bitcoin, now Bitcoin has another intrinsic value to it. It's actually now, you know, a two-dimensional instead of just a store of value. Now it's a smart contract.
Hey, Greybeard here.
What's up, Greybeard?
Hey, I just want to offer a couple comments to Mr. Sal's remarks about ICP, if that's okay.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Yeah, hey sir. I think yes, ICP. When you, the comments about what happened when the coin launched, it's kind of, it's not as accurate. And the gentleman speaking, Mr. Angel, is right. There's a guy out there, Paul Barron, who interviewed the CEO of Divinity, and he gave a response in a great narrative. If you go back and look, when ICP launched, a couple weeks later, the whole market crashed. Coupled with that, you had a lot of the initial investors. They won, sometimes when you get into those things, those pre-coin offerings and things, you're obligated to hold the coin for 6 months and not do what a lot of investors did. So you had that coupled with that crash, and that's what happened. And as far as when you say something like a mafia coin, the coin is actually the purpose. If you look at what they're talking about doing, you got guys out here like Amazon Web Service, your Googles, your Facebooks, that really sit here and think about somebody who goes into Amazon as a small business and they use it as a market, and then all of a sudden they're trending well and they're doing all this and they're doing all that, and then Amazon switches up the algorithm and all of a sudden people can't even find them anymore. Same thing happens with stuff like LinkedIn. So you have small businesses out here that plug into these APIs, and then Big Brother sit there, switches up the algorithm and try to extort more money from them to get more money. So the whole ideal of this internet computer is a decentralized internet, but it's because right now what you have is stuff mainly controlled by three to five big players. So that's their really total purpose. Not they don't want to be a mob. They want a decentralized internet where you know if you look at this their mission statement, they want enterprise systems like your Amazon web services, like your Googles, like your Facebook. They're looking to develop that space in a decentralized manner, whatever that looks like. But I digress.
No,
and they also want to stop the type of censorship that you see on Facebook and Twitter. They want to eliminate that and make it so that no one can pick and choose what can be said or not be said. So there's also a freedom of speech aspect in there that runs concurrent to what Graybeard just said.
So I got two questions, Graybeard. First off, what is your overall value of this coin? What do you see as the I mean, not all-time high, but what do you think it's worth?
Right now, at this point, I really and I see what you're talking about. I think during its inception, you'll see a wick at like 700, then it went to 300, and then right now, I tell you, my impression is at least $150 to $175 minimum. That's a conservative estimate, and that's even before they even get this off the ground. But that's just my short answer.
And then my
Graybeard.
Let me finish my second question. So my second question is, do you not feel like this particular project is going to take a long time to roll out, especially since it's kind of new to brand new countries and it's going to take a lot of infrastructure or whatever the case? Because it sounds like you're bridging it to where a lot of these low income countries are getting internet now. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
No, it's not low income. It's independent internet. I'm talking about a small business, the everyday business that's held hostage or limited by your Amazon Web Services because they change the rules as they go. So it's not just a small country. We're talking about a blockchain internet. My only thing, and I don't fully understand it, but I do have some ICP, and I like the concept and I like the ideals behind it. I'm still trying to wrap my mind on what does internet of value a Web3 looks like, because in my mind a blockchain is like a decentralized web or decentralized internet. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like
I gotta agree with you, Mr. Graybeard. I gotta agree with you, Mr. Graybeard. If it's on the blockchain and you have internet connection, then it doesn't matter what size your country is, you're going to be able to access it. You're going to be able to use it, and so yeah, that's kind of my thought on that.
I also wanted to add, remember, coming up in the next couple of weeks or months, they're going to put smart contracts on Bitcoin. When that happens, that means that each Bitcoin that's out there in existence will have a connection to the Dfinity ICP network. What that's going to do is going to be pretty, that's going to be a catalyst within itself.
Do me a favor, Angel, for the newbies. What is a smart contract?
Well, a smart contract is a way to be able to share information and tallies with other people, It's basically a more, instead of just a currency, a person could also put their entire dental records, their hospital records. So for instance, they can, it's a way of trustless contracts between two individuals without a centralized point. That way that people can trust each other without the human aspect. And then they can shake hands without having to worry about either party reneging, because the blockchain will do what's honest and just.
Got it. So mortgages
the Bitcoin, everything, any type of contract that was ever done by human beings will be done with an absolute security. And the beautiful thing about it is when it couples up to Bitcoin, that means that every value that each Bitcoin has will also have a link or a connection to ICP, because ICP will be giving them that functionality. So I'm expecting them to run parallel with each other, and when one spikes, the other should. But that doesn't happen until maybe like 3 weeks or a month. They're going to start putting smart contracts on Bitcoin.
So how many coins are in circulation for ICP?
I gotta look, but it was a low cap in regard to most things. I think it was like 500 million. Let me go check.
Well, I guess my question is if we needed them, right, and we need those coins to do all of these transactions for mortgages and all these things that you mentioned, they would probably need a lot. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, imagine the day your mortgage will be a smart contract someday, Mr. Sal. It's not the ICP token.
Okay.
I agree with you, Sal. They would need at least enough to justify all the Bitcoin that was being held or the Satoshis, meaning that could create scarcity, and that scarcity could actually pump up the coin.
ICP?
You know what?
No,
well, yeah, ICP will have smart contracts on Bitcoin. So for every Bitcoin, there has to be an ICP. But if people don't own a full Bitcoin, there still has to be contracts on the partiality of the Bitcoin as well. It wouldn't just be if you have one Bitcoin, then you have a smart contract ability. No, it would have to even be for people who have a half a Bitcoin.
Yeah, but I could put whatever on a smart contract. I could put 5 Bitcoins on one contract. I could put a half a Bitcoin on one smart contract. I could put 17 million Bitcoins on one smart contract.
Yeah.
Well, you're right, but nonetheless, they would have to be used, though. What I'm saying is it's being taken out of the retail market, so there'll be less of them, is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Fair point.
And scarcity is a big proponent of the price value, I would guess.
So what's to stop another project from doing exactly what ICP does?
No, nothing is. I mean, that's the thing. It's the only project that's doing that. I can't even wrap my mind around really what that looks like.
They use canisters. Canisters can do more transactions than any other type of blockchain. They have a special blockchain. You can look it up. It's called canisters, and they can basically hold like trillions. Basically, they have enough power to run the entire internet and the whole entire world, because that these canisters can actually have millions of canisters within one canister. And just the exponential power that is there is enough right now that if everyone, the whole entire internet wanted to go on ICP, it could, plus millions more of the same size.
So let me ask you one last question, because I'm taking over the mic here. But have you heard of Brave? Which it's more of a browser, but I feel like they're doing the same thing. They're like getting rid of all the ads, everything that comes with it, and you get rewarded the BAT tokens and all that stuff. Like, am I similar to where you're going with this? Like, it's just to get rid of Google and just kind of do our own thing here, so it's not so many ads, and it's not like they're monitoring things and they're doing, all kinds of shit with our data. Is that kind of what this is all about?
Exactly. Well, go ahead, sir. You go ahead, and then I want to speak.
The only difference is when you're dealing with something that you want to use like that, you want the thing that has the highest processing power, and because they use that canister technology, which nobody's been able to figure out or been able to come up with, they are the leader in processing power, space, and storage. So nobody even comes close to what they can do.
Can I go?
You got my attention, Angel. I'll be looking back into ICP. You're not shilling it. You're just educating, just so anybody wants to know that. But yeah, I'll double check on that again.
Hey, Graybeard here.
Yeah, the only thing I shill is XLM.
Go ahead, Graybeard. And yeah, I just converted my XLM to Doge to ride that wave, but I'll be swinging right back to XLM. Go for it, Graybeard.
Hey, yeah, just final thoughts to your comments, Mr. Sal. Appreciate the conversation and the dialogue. That's refreshing. Just want to say two things. I mean, because I think you kind of mix apples and oranges, and it's not a manner. It's a use case, and when I'm getting at this use case, I wouldn't get so caught up. And this is with anything. It's not so much getting caught up with the token when you start talking about stuff in the conceptual perspective. It's about the protocol. The token is just what is used to move the protocol. And Mr. Angel made a very valid observation about the canisters or the mechanism on how they're going to have a blockchain internet, so to say. And that thing is the canisters. An example of that would be like your XRP protocol that uses their online, online liquidity, whatever their protocol, their online ledger. That has, it's a technology that they specialize in. They got some type of patent on it, and that's what makes them so fast, so cheap, blah 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 blah. So I wouldn't get caught up in the amount of tokens or the number of tokens. I mean, the token is just what the sausage is, the casing for the sausage, so to say. And then secondly, I mean, there's two different use cases. One is talking about an entire internet of enterprising systems, so that it's not going to be regulated like a Google or Amazon Web Service or a Facebook or whoever else is out there that really has control and dominance in this space. So it's just kind of apples and oranges for the use case of a Bitcoin and an ICP. And I digress from there, sir.
There you guys, there you had it. There's your ICP TA. I think that's a pretty thorough explanation of TA for ICP. Anybody got info on Doge right now by any chance?
Oh yeah.
Anybody want to do some TA and Doge?
Yeah, I have some thoughts on Doge. I could share.
Go ahead.
We're all waiting.
Thank you.
How much time I got?
As much as you want.
45 seconds.
Forever.
Oh, you say 5 seconds? It's going
forever.
45 seconds.
As much as you want.
I don't want a whole lot. But
well, user runs the show, so I guess you got what you need.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I got my screen up.
All right, everybody check on Graybeard's live stream. He's going to show you his charts.
You're streaming to YouTube too, Graybeard, so I've put your screen on there through my crypto downloader thing.
No pressure, Graybeard. You're on the spot on YouTube as well.
Oh man, yeah, you put some pressure on me, Mr. Rick. I've just been being quiet in respect to your show, sir.
Go for it, man. I want to see.
All right, well, cool. I'll try to make a brief rundown, and I just want to start on a couple things that overall, just where you understand where I'm coming from. I like support and resistance and market structure. I like Elliott. I like wave counts and Elliott waves, and I love the fibs. And with that being said, I'm just going to start on the weekly. And you see we have this nice call up that I have been just really drooling over for about the last 5 days. And you know, we have this last move we had back in last spring when everybody was going on, and we had this rundown, and we went into this corrective phase. And I consider this leg going up into this as a leg 3 of a much larger wave. This pull down that we had over the summer and in the spring, I really consider that a corrective phase. You know, we were talking about a bear market, bull market, blah, blah, blah. And it came back around here on 19 July. We ran up a little bit, then 7 September, we had another corrective phase. And that's where I want to pick up at. When you look at this, we just been coiled up from this big open triangle down into this apex. And I don't know how well you see that, but I have some other lines drawn on here that I was anticipating us to break out of this triangle a little sooner. So I just want to take a measurement here just to show you some thoughts that I'm having. And I'm a little concerned, YouTube, this is just my opinion, but this is the target coming out of this big, large triangle at this point. So I'm looking at something like an 85-cent Doge. When? Not really able to say that just yet, but that's the target breaking out of this, proving that we break out of this triangle and continue our upward momentum.
Can you explain how that triangle works? First off, a lot of people that are watching If you just turn the screen, which you can't, turn it to the left and put the bottom of that thing, that's what a triangle is. It's just turned to the right. It's like tipped over. It's a triangle. But so what you're saying is as soon as that breaks out of that line there within your triangle, that's your confirmation that it's broken that resistance. Is that correct?
Well, think about this. What I'm showing you. I'm showing you. You see these pink lines, right?
Yep.
That's a big horizontal triangle on, or think of it as a big pendant, big bullish pendant on the weekly chart. Make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, as we drill down, you're going to see, I want to just walk you down from the weekly to really just show this call up, because you got this nice, almost double bottom look forming up right here. See that right there? It hadn't fully played out, so it's really, I'm kind of speculating right now, but we did open the week up on the outside of this triangle. But this is killer resistance that has really been holding Doge back. And as we drill down, you will be able to see that. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, it's not more or less for me. It's for the newbies because.
Oh, well, I got you. But I'm just saying.
When they hear triangles and channels, I think there's a easy way to kind of differentiate what it looks like. Like it looks pretty easy to look at. You just turn, there's a triangle tipped over. That's why they call it the triangle. But there's channels, there's all kinds of stuff. But what I'm seeing here is what you're saying for the newbies is when you break out of that triangle, that tip there, then you're getting confirmation that you're going into an upward swing. Yeah.
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because you can very well fall out the bottom of this triangle, and guess what? You can go down. You can go down just as far.
Right. So it would break. It would.
Yeah.
Go below your triangle. Yeah. And that's where you'll got it.
Yeah. But so that's here's another good rule. And thank you for facilitating, Mr. Sal. When you have stuff like these wedges like this, the general rule is that's not accurately drawn, but I just want to illustrate a point that anytime you come down and you break out of something like this, the initial target is going to be back to where the wedge started. Make sense what I'm trying to say?
I'll speak for them. Yep.
Okay, so that's the thought. Breaking out of this triangle is to take a measurement for where the triangle opened, which you probably can't see the wicks here from some other things I have here, but where the wicks are open, and then you just take a measurement from where the breakout occurs or anticipated.
And what are you on? Are you on the daily? Or are you on? I can't see your thing. Is it?
No, this is the weekly right now.
Okay. So he's on the weekly. So everybody's looking at charts.
So yeah, so we're gonna call that's the target coming out of this triangle. And
yeah, that's dollar doji, baby.
Here's the ticker to this. Now, when you use this method, you have to have the understanding, that's the target until it's not. So there are things that are going to come into play that, coming out of this triangle, you see where this number 1 is right here. And I'm just speaking to you in general, Mr. Sal, just so me and you can interact for everybody else that may be watching and listening. Uh-oh, did I lose you?
No, I'm here, brother. Keep going.
Okay, so you see that 1 right there? Well, did you see this high right here? Let me do it like this. So here's the next thing I would like to see to say that I'm good, is that see movement come from here and take out this high, and this become a new high up in here somewhere. Once we do that, we want to continue to progress to the next level, which would be this high here where we had the correction come in back early. And now we'll be back into what I would call a full retracement, or what is known as the full retracement, and going into price discovery. So let's drill in a little bit.
So what you're saying is there's a chance that Doge is going to pop and it's going to be above the 24 cents. That's what you're saying, Graybeard.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm very excited about what we had happen today. I'm just gonna go past the daily because it says a lot of what we just, we kind of discussed a lot in there. What happened today was, in my mind, very good because if you look right now, I'm on the 4-hour chart of Doge. And let me do it like this. And what happened today was we broke out of this resistance on the weekly level. And just to take a measurement here, I was anticipating breaking out early because I started seeing this continuation pattern. See how we got low here, higher low? This is kind of like that signature move we was talking about. I didn't hear you, sir. What'd you say, Mr. Real?
That would be the 3 rising valleys right there, sir.
Exactly. That's like a textbook signature move. And all that's just a good indicator or probability that, it brings the probability that you're going to break this resistance. We was talking, me and Mr. Lord O was talking about this about a week ago. And he was like, no, not yet. You don't have the volume. And today I got really nervous because about right before the daily close, we fell out of this thing. Let me go down to the 1 hour. It really gets dramatic on the 1 hour. Look how far we fell out of here. And that really hurt my feelings. I think I said something about it on the cord. We fell all the way out of here, and then all of a sudden, we came back in here and we broke out with this one candle. And that's that same resistance. This pink line is that on the weekly.
Yeah, that red one in the middle on the breakout came back and checked the resistance line too. Pretty.
Hey, Graybeard.
Yes, sir.
When that pumped today, that the Doge, when we saw those lines, it also coincided with a tweet that Elon replied to one of the Doge devs or somebody from the Doge community. It's kind of like he popped his head out of the hole. He hasn't been tweeting in a while. How much of that do you attribute to that, aside from your technical analysis?
I really, I remember that. And that was probably the disappointing part of this breakout for me because I really want this to be organic. And in my mind, I just tell myself that Elon is really good at reading the charts and he knew this breakout was going to happen and he timed it just right. I really hate when he tweets because, it just causes interference in there. So I have no way of calculating how much that tweet
right
caused this breakout.
Yeah, that's what I was saying because I'm like it kind of muddies the waters and it just gives it throws anybody who's doing technical analysis kind of for a spin, right? Because they don't know if it's them or him.
Yeah, well, I just read what the charts is giving us, and this was very good news. So I really try to just when I look at it, I look at what the structure is and and structure of the chart and targets, any targets that are in play, if the structure still support that ideal. And just really, I try to, I've learned to not listen to the tweets, not look for a tweet and just take what the chart gives you. It's a lot less stressful.
The only reason why I hold tweets for any validity is because Dogecoin especially has a lot of brand new retail investors who are more likely to jump on trendy or just, tweets and stuff like that. Because I do know there's a lot of whales in there and sophisticated people within the Doge community or Doge holders. But most of the Doge holders are just people who got caught up at 42 or 50 when it started rallying. And now they're just trying to make something of themselves and try to dollar cost average down and whatnot. So I only feel like the tweets in respect to Dogecoin and in respects to the type of investor that is typically in Dogecoin, tweets make a big catalyst.
Check market cap 2.5 again. Yeah, we got some action coming in.
Cool. Hey, I'll go ahead and wrap this up then, so we get the seems like we got some talking points coming in. I just wanted to do technicals. I really try to take fundamental news and see how the fundamental analysis is playing out with the chart and make a technical analysis from there. I don't like to feed in too much. Oh, Elon made this candle happen and he so-and-so made that candle happen. That, to me, that's not good analysis. Again, like say, we want to have good discipline to make a decision on what the chart is giving us. and I just want to put some thought on what I'm looking for now. I got some highlighted areas here on the chart. So breaking out of this, I would like to continue to see, let me go back to the 1 hour. I would just like to continue to see us stay out of this, on the outside of this resistance. You know, we can come back down and touch it. I'm very confident that, I don't want to say confident, but I feel good about where we're at with these moving averages right now. And I would like to see us come back and start taking out some of these previous highs. Like I would like to really just see some. Go ahead, sir.
No, you're good. So Darrell, first off, you and I have been following Doge for a while now. We know damn well they ain't got no business sitting here in the early 20s, even as much as I hate Doge. And then Angel, in terms of like strategies and stuff, what I've noticed following like all of these people there in the Discords, it's super weird because they either go one way or they go the other. Like I don't do either or. I'm a scalper, so I don't really pay attention to the future or the past. Like I just pay attention to the present. But it almost seems like, and I've tried to beat in news to people like, yo, this is coming up. And they're like, no, my chart says otherwise. And it's so like nothing against Graybeard by any means. It's just his style and it's just the way things do it. Like you either are like a hybrid, or you go with the news and you follow by the rumor and sell the news, or you just are straight up firm on your style of trading, which is following your charts, following the, you know, any types of lines that you drew from a year ago, whatever. They don't care about any news. I'm not saying it's for everybody, but that's what I've seen the consensus, that it's either you go either or. Like you're going with the conspiracy theory or not conspiracy, you're going for the news and this shit, or you're just going for your charts that you've been following for the last year and a half. You're like, nope, this is what I see. And that reminds me of Apocalypse, because he's stubborn as hell on his charts. But yeah, I mean, it's no offense to anybody. Like we all got our ways, man, of like analyzing data and putting a prediction out. That's kind of where that comes in. So if you ever run into like a block wall with somebody that's really on their charts, it's no offense, bro. It's just simple as that's just the way they do things. You know what I mean?
What I've noticed is most people on the Discord are higher level investors because of the fact that you guys have the cumulative knowledge of everything you guys share together. So you know more than the average person. But when I do see a coin where laymen are in there, just general people who don't have the sophistication of neither fundamentals nor TA, I have to judge my audience, not necessarily judge my style. So I believe what Graybeard said 100%, and I also believe what Salcut said 100%. But I also know how people operate, and out of fear and FOMO and trendiness, and people are more followers than leaders. So I typically try to anticipate the crowd in certain coins that are more with investors that are not like you guys.
Yeah, you couldn't have come up with a better example outside of Saturday Night Live. That's all I gotta say. Do you know how many people got wrecked by sitting on their charts? And maybe there was early indications. A lot of like the seasoned veterans saw, right? But a lot of them didn't see this coming, and they didn't pay attention to the news. And a lot of them are holding the bag at 70 cents, or they, dollar cost average down to 40, and we're down here at 20. So yeah, it works both ways. I agree on both
sides. And if anybody can remember the toilet paper incident in the beginning of the pandemic, that will show you how smart people are. Mm-hmm. And if that is what happens with toilet paper, just imagine when somebody has something that their money's into, or they anticipate wealth. It's even more of a frenzy. We are the smart people. We're the ones who are taking the time and the effort to collaborate and reason with each other and debate. The average person who's in Dogecoin got in because it was just something that they heard from somebody else and they think it's a money play. So when they see tweets, even though those tweets may have nothing to do with TA or anything, they react because anything that the news says or any headlines, they jump on it.
But you gotta remember, it's
Yeah.
far in between though. Like it's not very often that it like pans out that way like SNL did. A lot of the charts, they're very good at it, and we can predict a lot of stuff. But yeah, sometimes those news catalysts throw us off. You're right. It happens both sides. You're right.
Yeah, if you got 10 smart people and 1,000 idiots, you better move with the idiots because they're the ones who are going to move the market, not the 10 smart people.
Well, hey, I agree with a lot of what both of you gentlemen just said. I probably was misunderstood. My whole reason I love this space is because of you got all these different perspectives and different points of views, and you're able to either develop confluence or you can check your own logic.
Yeah, and we're only 3% Graybeard, so there's still 97% still waiting on the sideline. We're actually they're the minorities, in my opinion. When this all starts to pan out the way we knew it was going to pan out, they're going to be the minority looking to us for advice. But yeah, there's going to be lots of debates. There's going to be lots of opinions. There's going to be lots of shit. But we're all a community, and we all have the same like-minded minds where we know what we believe in. And like I said, there's so much room for adaptation. Like, sky's the limit, man. We're the originals. We're the OGs. You know what I mean? Even if we weren't part of the 2005 or 2018 or whatever you want to call it, we're still the OGs because we're the only ones talking about this shit. But wait when they come to us. Oh, how do we get into Bitcoin? How do we get into Dogecoin? Okay, we see you. But yeah, right now we're just positioning ourselves and we're crafting our skills. Like I've said, and I'll end this after this because I don't want to fucking drag on, but we're not all spring chickens. We're not all spring chickens. What we're doing now is we're educating ourselves. We're basically going to college to learn to trade. It's free. Yeah, you get kicked, punch in the face here and there, and you'll lose money. But we're not going to be 30, 40, 50 years old any longer. I mean, eventually we're going to get older where we can't work anymore physically. This is a backup plan, guys. Learn your skills. Learn how to trade the stock market. Learn how to trade cryptos. So when you're sitting at 65 years old and you're kicking it, and you don't have a job, no one's going to hire you. Click a couple buttons. You've been trading for 20 years. You know what time it is. You know what to do. It's your backup plan. That's always been my main reason.
Yeah,
Well
that's
said,
why I'm here, bud.
Well said, Graybeard, and well said, Sal Colt. And I just wanted to add to that by saying that those that are early to get in are called insightful, and those who see the vision are called insane. And I'm glad to be insane.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, can I make a few more just talking point, guys, and then I just hand over to my I digress so somebody else can give me some critique, feedback, and get out the
go for it.
Stop hogging the mic. But just right here, I'm on the 4 hour right now, and this was what I was really looking at to make me believe that we were going to come out of this. I drew a trend line following this movement right here. These higher lows and higher highs.
I'm still watching your chart. A bunch of us are.
Oh, okay. Well, I just really that I really was anticipating come out here earlier. Like I said, I wanted to come out 7 days ago. And last thing I want to say is this came from a corrected wave. You see these dash lines here. So breaking out of this, it really took its time about deciding to come up out of here. But now I would like to see the general rule of work your way back to where you came into the wedge. And that was up here somewhere. So we got a high here. I would like to see taken out here the next whenever. Let the wave do what it does. But this is a major this is the B-high of that correction that we went into. So that's on the target too. Coming out of here, we had this continuation pattern. Bullish continuation. So that's a good sign. So you had this nice little movement here. I call it my little cup and handle joints. And it comes here and it breaks right into a smaller version of it. And all it's doing is coiling up into this apex up in here. So that lets you know that the pimple's gonna pop. You just want it to pop up. So that's a good sign. So I took a couple of targets. This first target, let me turn that off. And I'm just trying to speed up because I didn't want to
Can you
take
do
up.
me a favor real quick? Graybeard, can you tell a lot of the viewers, whether we're on YouTube or not, a cup and handle, right? So we're looking at it. Looks like the cup is that normal, bottom there, that little dip there. And then it pops up, and then the handle is what you're seeing over on the right-hand side, right? So a lot
Yes,
of
sir.
people will claim that a real true cup and handle has really not been, like, it's not very often you see a real true cup and handle that plays out completely, or at least I've heard from the consensus. But the general idea is to see that big old dip, and then you'll see the cup or the handle on the side, like sideways trading. What usually happens after the handle?
Well, that's good, very good point, sir. A lot of people get caught up where it doesn't look like the picture, and I'm not really that guy. I look a lot at market structure, swing highs, swing lows, and if I get the slightest resemblance, and I'm gonna just draw it out now. So we got this. I got this little bowl shape. I don't care if it's flat. It's probably something technical about that. Does it need to be, how is it distributed or whatever? I see this shape right here. I got some convection, and then I'm coming in, and I start to come into another descending wedge.
Got it.
So naturally, you want to take, you'll take a measurement from here and see what that's going to look like. But generally, that's why I said two things can happen, and why you have to really be mindful of, because this could be playing out, and it could also be playing out into like an inverse head and shoulders, or it could be playing out into a head and shoulders. So you just have to, you have to use other areas and don't just guess on the pattern, if that makes sense. But so what you're looking for, sometimes it just leaks out the side here, like you get a leak, and you don't get this straight up breakout like that.
Yeah, so a head and shoulders is the first mountain is small, the second mountain is tall, and it's going upwards but coming down, and then the third mountain, the other shoulder, is still coming down towards a downwards trend, right?
Yeah.
To complete it. And then an inverse is if you flip that up, but those mountains are upside down and they're going up, right? That's what you want, is the
Right.
inverse head and shoulders, correct?
Exactly, sir. Those are trend reversals, and they're gonna, inverse head and shoulders means up, head and shoulders means down. But
yeah, just trying to give the the people that are just barely coming in and understanding, because I feel like a lot of us are ahead of the game and we don't really know how to like get to the level where these newbies are at. You know what I mean? We're talking about cup and shoulders and all these lines and all these waves, and they don't know what the fuck we're talking about. So it's like, if we can scale back just a tad bit, and hold real quick,
Mr. Graybeard.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
There's an airdrop of capped in my Discord there in the general text chat if you guys want to collect that. It's like 108,517 captain token. It's not even 1 cent, which is crazy. I can see why Pisket left capped off the list in his server.
There's my captain. There's my captain wallet. 1 cent, and I got a billion. But
you've got a billion.
So I guess, Graybeard, what I'm trying to say is, maybe it would be beneficial for us to, like, us as a squad or whatever you want to call it. You guys are really good at charting. I'm really good at scalping. I'm really good at making it easy for others. I feel like if we would just, because we need adoption, right? We need adoption. That's what we need. We need more investors. We need more market share. But if we keep making these charts like super, like not easy to understand, user friendly, which you guys are doing, you're doing a good job. Maybe we can like, at least while we're doing it, be like, yo, this is how I did this, or whatever the case may be. Because I guarantee when I walked into this space, I didn't know shit. I was a stock trader, and I still did charts, but I swear to God, like, if we can get these people like excited about getting gains and like doing things, and they feel good about themselves, then I feel like we'll get that 4% US, 5% US instead of the 3, and maybe 7%, 8% globally crypto adoption rate. But I don't know, just thinking outside the box. We're just kind of ahead of the game, in my opinion.
You're right. I don't actually understand any of that jargon. I don't. So I'm glad that you explained it, because I don't understand.
See that baby steps, right? That's all good. Me, you, Darryl, a couple of these guys, we'll just start to slow it down a little bit so they can follow what we're talking about, so they can go get their free TradingView, add their 3 indicators for free, and then they can put their own little lines and cool stuff. And all that's going to do is make people more excited about investing in the cryptocurrency, which that's what we want, right? That's the overall goal, is to educate people.
I mean, that's exactly how I got started.
Sal, if I may.
It's important.
What's up, man?
Mr. Graybeard, looking at your chart, watching your chart, do you ever put the VWAP across there and kind of look at where the RSI or the money flow index is coming in on your chart, compared to the VWAP? Because the VWAP, everything wants to return to the VWAP. That's kind of like the gravitational pull. Do you ever put that across there when you're doing your charts? Just asking.
No, sir. I do use an RSI though. Sometimes I look at the MACD. I haven't been doing a lot of swing trading or day trading. I've been doing more position and investment stuff over the last 16, 20 weeks or so. But I generally use RSI, and sometimes I put the stochastic RSI on there. But those are the indicators I use. I look mostly at the Fib and market structure, swing highs, swing lows, and of course a few EMAs.
Okay, well, if you don't use the VWAP, Rick, do you use the VWAP when you're trying to draw your charts and draw conclusions of what's going to happen next? And because it seems to be that is the gravitational pull. It always wants to return to that. And
yeah, that's the VWAP is like an intraday indicator, so it's useless if you're on the daily chart or above. But yeah, I don't use it lately. I haven't been using it. It's part of the cipher indicator, the Fu-Manchu cipher B indicator.
Right. No. I'm talking about if you're trying to swing, or if you're trying to flip trades or whatever on a smaller time scale.
Yeah, I don't use the on candle VWAP that you would usually see. The VWAP that I use, essentially it's inside the cipher indicator, and it gives you these momentum dots. That's what the VWAP's giving, these dots of momentum. So right now there's a coin called Wink. Someone was alerting it to me earlier. WIN, and that's it looks like it just broke through this descending resistance here within the last 15 minutes. So that's something, an alt to keep your eyes on, just out of interest, or if you're interested in trading it, it's up to you. But yeah, that looks good. I mean, Solana, that's still, it's kind of like chopping sideways a bit. It's still holding ground, I suppose.
BTC, nice recovery push.
Yeah, there is. It's we want to see those highs come in on BTC. It made a real nice push this morning, or my morning, your afternoon, probably your evening. Yeah, the previous 5 hours has been pretty sweet. So right now, let's see Ethereum on the hourly. Yeah, Ethereum and Bitcoin are looking kind of similar, I guess, for the last few hours there. Dogecoin, let's see, 1 hour chart. Yeah, that's pulling back a little off that run that it made. But overall, it's still getting these higher lows, even though there's a couple of extreme wick downs. Yeah, it is sort of climbing a bit. If I zoom out, the bigger picture I think matters more. for Doge. If you go to the hourly, I mean the daily, you can see it's got another one of these pennant formations, this wedge type situation where it's, you know, squeezing down, and we're going to get some kind of a break of this shape here. Hopefully it's up, like, you know, let's see it go up. That's what I'm thinking. We had another one back here, like you can see that. That's back when we hit 9 cents. There was like this squeeze of momentum, and then we got the
Symmetrical
pop.
triangle.
Yeah, and then it popped. We rallied up. Here we are. Now this...
That's fire.
Yeah, and then this is the logarithmic scale, because like these lines will look a little different when you go linear. I can't hear myself talking because I got headphones on, and it's weird. Sometimes it comes out weird. Linear. All right. So yeah, I'll go logarithmic, and you can see the price pretty much trended inside of this wedge. There was a bit of a, I guess, a fake out, or just like, I don't know, maybe someone saw what was coming, right? And this was like the evidence of that little pre-pump that was seen on Doge, like, you know, about a week and a half out from the big pump to 420, and then the SNL pump. So let me see, like maybe I could adjust that top line to incorporate or to include the all-time high. If I unlock this and just take it up to the
It's
all-time
still
high.
symmetrical though.
Yeah, like see that? So if we take that and lock that in, wait, let me even snap this so that it's like locked onto the exact
That's
point.
bullish, too.
Yeah. And then I lock this pivot,
yeah.
like, I don't know, here? It's somewhere
Give
around
it the
here,
last
these
one.
pivots.
Give it the last one. Give it to the last one right there. Yeah.
The extreme
cool.
one.
Yeah, that gave us room to, in case we got to bounce off that and check it again, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, this line's coming out on the date. Like, this is the daily, so it's very zoomed out. But yeah, when I draw it from up here, it just brings the apex so much closer. Like, it's going to happen early November, whereas my other line had it coming out like more like across here like this, which extended the apex out to December, you know, mid-December. But yeah, it's either, you know, November, December, it's coming. There's some squeeze happening right now on the largest time frame. So yeah, I reckon that's gonna pop. And I'm
Can
hoping
you get the weekly
up.
on there?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. That looks sexy.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Shiba's pumping, just FYI, boys.
Thank you.
Wow, that looks good.
Can you elaborate on how
man.
it's pumping? I'd love to hear TA, super.
How you doing,
Man,
guys?
I'm buzzing right now. I'm the
Come
wrong
on,
person to give
that's
TA
the
right now.
best TA ever, bro. What are you talking about? You speak your truth.
I get my drunk TA boy 5.
We only get it once a night, bro. Tell us what you think. What's the support? What do you think the bottom's gonna be? Let's say by the end of the night. And what's the resistance? What's gonna be the ceiling?
It's the same thing that has been doing since October 3rd, man. We can't get over that 3 mark. You know, we hit it, we touch it, we kiss it, and then we just come back down to like the 2.7, 2.6, and then, you know, we'll stay there for a bit, and then we dip down a little bit more to the 2.5, and then come back up to the 2.7. It's just been doing that since October 3rd. You know, we need something to happen in order to get it pushed up that 3 mark. We either need a catalyst to come in, or something, or Bitcoin to fully just, you know, kick ass and run up.
We got a million over the target, 3.9 to 2.9 buys. Got the building. Shoot.
So Daryl, before I ask him what his catalyst is going to be coming up, what do you predict this sheet looking at in the next couple of days?
I wonder if I still got it set.
Excuse me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was waiting for Mr. Grape here to finish his TA because he said he got some couple points he wanna finish, but somehow he's gone.
I didn't hear what you said, brother. What did you say?
I said I was waiting for Mr. Grape here to finish his TA. Somehow he's not talking.
I think he did finish it, man. I don't know, unless he didn't.
No, I just had a couple targets I wanted to throw out there. Then I would have been done.
Yeah, go for it, man. You got something to share.
Oh, my bad, Gray Beard. Shit, man.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll be very, very brief. Just an initial target coming out of here, this smaller continuation pattern on cup and handle we were talking about. I won't even do this little bitty one. But yeah. Hold up. This is going to be real hasty, but first target coming out of there at this breakout will be taking out this high here. There should be a little... a little deeper. But that should take out a high over here.
So just under like 26 cents, roughly?
Yeah, right up in that range right there. And I'm doing it kind of hasty. It should be right at that 26 cent, but I'm just trying to rush and not take up any more airtime.
Take your time, man. It's all good.
We ain't got nothing else to do. We got a line.
So we got this coming from this larger cup and handle, and that'll put us right back at this 2955. I got a target date of, I'm calling 20 October for that. And that's the 236 Fib level. And then we had this larger. It's probably easy to grab this off a higher time frame. I got one in there for 39 somewhere. But I'll go ahead and grab this one. See if I can take this yeah, and that's put me at 85 cents. And we probably get that around, make sure I'm still looking at DOGE.
That's a beautiful falling wedge in there, that ABC. That's a falling wedge.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. I want to say right now, I'm just going to say for the sake of time, I'm going to call it 15 December. We'll revisit it tomorrow or later. And that's it. I'm open to your critiques, opinions, or other thoughts.
Coming from that C, look like we formed the right bottom shoulder. Look like we're about to do an inverse all the way up to that target.
Sorry, what was the price, Mr. Graybeard, on December 15th?
85. Looking good too.
Crude oil's on a rampage right now.
Yeah, I was just looking at that.
So is that good?
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I have some couple things I want to mention to Mr. Graybeard.
Good to us. Got my notebook ready.
Go for it, bud.
Yes, sir. I'm listening.
Okay. So I can see it's breaking existence, like you said. Because first of all, let me start with BTC. So we all know that BTC is due for a retracement, because like it didn't reach its highest point yet. So I can see its highest point, BTC highest point, to be around 70K, 71, 72, around that price range. And around that time, the weekly RSI will be due for a retracement. So we're going to be due for a retracement when we reach the price 70K. So talking about DOGE now. at that time, that might be on the next week. We might by next week we might reach the 70K. But when we do for a retracement, where is that gonna take those to?
Is there a way you can maybe share? Are you looking at your trading view? Can you share your screen?
Okay, I'll try to share my screen right now.
If you need help, we'll help you out. Just click the bottom right corner if you're on the laptop. It's just a screen, and you can click tab or window. Like I'm sharing the NFL game right now, but just click the tab that you have your trading view on.
Anybody that don't know or can't visualize what he's saying, go take a peek in general. Valid.
Yeah, I'm just trying to warm them up to sharing a screen, bro. We're all a community, brother.
Miss Sal, excellent facilitator.
I like his 70 talk though. That's why I put my little chart up there. That's 70 valid.
All right, so let's jump over to Mo's real quick.
Oh, Mo, that's too dull for my eyes. Put some colors on
Hey,
there, baby.
don't be hating, bro. Come on. Your shit looks like a rave, bro.
That's why I told him I can't see it. It ain't right there.
Yeah, because there's not enough colors.
You know, I need like 30 colors.
Hold up, you might need to redo it.
I got just give me a
we
minute.
seen you though. Yeah, we seen you.
Take your time,
Yeah,
bro.
got this thing up.
Ain't no big deal.
You're all good, Bubba. You're all good, man.
I'm going to Tippy for the try.
Shit, his looks a lot easier to follow than yours, the real. I'll tell you
Yeah, I told you I'm working on the key map, man. I got like 4 of the things done. I got like 16 more to do.
All right, so let's check this out. Give him a minute. All right, lead the way, brother. I think you're on mute, though. You need to unmute.
Yeah, you got your mute button pushed in.
What's he got? RSI going there, probably?
Good, too.
Yeah, can you guys see my screen? Is it
Yeah,
fine?
we see you and we hear you.
The BTC since we
man.
what? So
Just
make sure you push your
talk
and
through
while
it,
you're
man.
doing
Talk through it. Don't worry if people
Yeah.
interrupt. Just keep talking.
all right. So you guys see how the weekly RSI switches were, and that's how we had that dip, that nice dip. So when the weekly RSI switches way, which is the white color, RSI switches way up, we had 3 candles, and all them 3 candles were around 17 to 20%. Okay, so the RSI right now is at 90. It's at 90%. We're about to have the last candle, which is going to take us to 70. If you measure it from there, it will take, if you measure 17%, it will take us to 71, 72. But when we reach that point, we're gonna be due for a retracement on BTC. So that's what I feel. I feel like from now up in the next 2 weeks, the alt should have to go for a run up.
When you thinking the time frame is about the 30th, 31st?
No, before, I mean, just I feel like BTC will have like a this week for this weekly candle to reach like 17%, which will take us to 70K. When we get there,
I'm following you.
Consolidate.
You think within 7 days though, or 14?
No, 7 days. 7 days.
Okay.
Just the last
I'm
candle.
just asking. Check my plan.
No problem. Yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna have some kind of sideways somewhere for the alts to some kind of go for a run up. Because like, imagine me, like if we reach the 70K from here, like by next week, if we reach the 70K, and Bitcoin is due for retracement, and Bitcoin retraces to 50K, where the odds gonna go? Where the odds gonna be at?
Hey, can you do me a favor and click the little all the way to the right where the messages are? Are you familiar with the chat, crypto chat? Not trying to derail you here.
No, I'm not familiar with it because I usually be listening though. I usually be listening. I like to listen.
No. On your trading view, if you go to the right, those tabs, there's a little window right there, a little button that has like the multiple little messages. Those are gonna have
you want
a
me to
bunch
turn
of
them off?
traders that'll teach you like charts and stuff like that. Really good traders in there, bulls versus bears. So when you get a chance, I know you got your alerts, but those are great people to follow, brother.
Yeah, I do be looking at them sometimes, I do
Okay.
be charging sometimes, but I rather I invest rather than doing the what's it called?
Yeah, I just look for a little bit of head start. Sometimes they see shit that I don't, but yeah, I'm glad you at least know about it. That's what's up.
Yeah, and I actually rather than doing the scalp and everything, I'm just trying to set up my trading bot, let it trade for me. I'm just trying to do like a good strategy and things like that.
Hey, Mr. Mo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just so your RSI, are you using a stochastic?
Yeah, that's the sarcastic.
Okay.
The green and the yellow is that's jolts. I edited
Okay.
this thing to show me the weekly and the monthly coming together.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not a super good on RSI analysis, but I have been noticing something strange. And we've been talking with another guy in here, Mr. Dunny. I don't know if you know Mr. Dunny, a special ed TA, but yeah, I give you a prime example. There's some type of divergence, hidden divergence, bullish divergence. Something's going on with the RSI because it's not really freely flowing with BTC. And right now it's capping out. The regular RSI is capping out at 74. And I had this trend line it's been broken through for about it finally got through on the 13th. So the 13th through the 18th, but it's been kind of flatlining up there in this high range around the 90s, but it hadn't started picking up any type of trend for me.
What time frame?
I'm looking at what you rep. No, I'm on the daily. I'm sorry. I reference on the daily. Let me go back to the weekly.
The daily been there for a minute because
right.
Because the weekly switches way. So the lower time frame controls how the higher time frame goes. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Because what I do is for a couple months I just been watching how the RSI go together because it's a momentum, I see how they goes. Like if I imagine, never mind. I was gonna take it to stock market and things, but we ain't trying to get to that. But just the simple idea of the RSI when it goes up, reach the 100% and reach 100%. That's what's it called? That's what's it called? That's an oversold, right? When it reaches the 100%, people will be ready to take profit
right
there. And when
or it could run a little hot and not. I got you. I was just trying to get some clarity.
Yeah. But what I'm saying, like I'm with you at your point when you said Dogecoin will break is gonna break your resistance. I'm expecting it to go to reach between 30 cents to 40 cents. But when Bitcoin retraces, Doge gonna retrace with it, and the retracement may take us back to hit maybe a resistance as a support, and from there we may go up and just follow the trend that you mentioned.
Yeah, I see. I'm just not ready to correlate BTC and Doge like that because we've been seeing upward movement and downward movement, and I agree wholeheartedly with you about a Bitcoin getting to a consolidation accumulation point and the alts popping off. We do share the same concept on that. We may be a little apart on when we're going to hit the 70K. Yeah, I'm not ready to make that correlation yet. I read everything individually on its own market structure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think like we like a little similar, you know. That's why I had to talk to you about it, because you be calling out a lot of things that I hear you saying, and it really like work out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's real good to get confluence where we arrive at the same place with different methods. Yeah, I get. Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, so the idea is, so if Bitcoin didn't reach the 70K or whatever, and the what's it called, the weekly RSI reaches 100%, we're gonna be due for retracement before we reach the 70K, and
I
whatever
agree
that takes,
wholeheartedly.
yeah, we're gonna keep going, but we're gonna still form a higher low until the monthly reaches the 100%, just like there. You see the monthly, the green one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, thank you, man. Thank you for sharing your chart, for stepping up and sharing your chart for the first time. That's awesome. Thank you.
Man, no problem.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. And that's all I have to say for today. You guys have a good day.
Likewise, Bubba.
If we got any other miners in here, just know I was checking on what to mine. It looks like the Ethereum block reward rate is spiking up pretty hard. So we're getting, as miners, we're getting a lot more rewards for block solves. So that's a good thing for us, yeah. I think that also coincides with higher gas fees as well. So if any of you people that are, trading on the Ethereum blockchain daily, look out for them gas fees, man.
Crude oil was rejected off of 83, but it looks like it's still trying to make a run at it though. Get ready for those gas prices to go up. It also just rolled over to December.
If anybody else wants to see that block reward, just go to what to mine. You can see, choose Ethereum. You can see the blockchain data for Ethereum. It'll show the block reward, and you can look at some of the history.
I had a question for the miner.
I'm underage. Sorry, I can't answer questions.
Do your parents know you smoke, sir?
Only on days that end with Y, they allow it.
So, Angel, what is your question, brother?
I just wanted to ask him the miner's mindset as far as ETC, Ethereum Classic, and when the regular, or when Ethereum goes into proof of stake and they can no longer mine that, are a lot of miners talking about going over to ETC as an alternative?
Not really a whole lot of talk. It has been talked about in the past, but right now, no. Mainly what you hear is Ergo and Raven and Conflux. They were the three biggest coins being thrown around. Now, there has been speculation, like I said in the past, though, with ETC, and that very well could, happen, because basically all it is Ethereum,
I only asked that because I figured that ETC, since it has it's with Grayscale and it's already in in banks, I thought you guys would gravitate towards a product that already has adoption and more use case and more average people get onboarding onto it than some of those coins that you mentioned that are kind of obscure to most people who are not on the mainstream.
Well, see, this is where I think, you make a good point, but I think what it is, most of the miners have gravitated to those other coins apart from ETC, because either they're mining Ethereum or they're mining those other coins, because ETC is not as profitable. Even when you look at these other coins, their market caps are, way higher than ETC. So there's more profitability with those other coins.
Thank you.
So I'm sure there's a shitload of people, excuse my French, excuse my English, whatever.
There you go, this Parker
man,
etiquette.
man, fuck the French. Just get on with it, bro.
Fucking son of a, What about the newbies that want to start mining Ethereum? What would be in your experience, which sounds like you have some of it, what would be the cheapest route to get the rig? Like, what would be the best recommendation?
First off, I want to kind of say this: like, to be profitable, you're really going to need a pretty decent graphics card or either an ASIC miner. So one single graphics card, depending on the graphics card, I mean, it can net you anywhere from $2 to $15 a day. You know what I'm saying? So one card alone is generally not, appealing to most people. It's when you add those cards in multiples, and you start building a rig out like that, or even two cards is nice. I mean, yeah, you get two high-end cards, which you're going to pay a buttload of money up front, but you can still get ROI on that, initial investment. It's just going to take a little bit. So, making $30 a day for income stream, that's good for some people. They're okay with that. But really where the profits come in is, multiple cards, multiple rigs, and then, something like ASIC miners. If you can get your hand on ASIC miners, and you can set you up a nice little, I guess, station in your house or whatever you want to do. I don't recommend it like in the house, like in a garage or something, but yeah, that's probably the best route, man. But a single card and like a laptop or a single computer, you're not going to really see much out of it. I mean, but as far as like starting out, man, definitely like my thing is GPU graphics cards right now are the thing to do. Just because they can mine pretty much any mineable algorithm, whereas like ASIC miners, they're limited to certain algorithms, and then they're also banned from a lot of other algorithms. So people don't want like ASICs mining their algorithms. But yeah, it just depends on what you want to do, how much you want to invest, and what your outcome is that you want, pretty much. So you got to sit down and figure that out first and go from there. But it's definitely not a small feat jumping into it. You're going to have some funds behind it. If you're looking to mine, if you don't want to put funds behind it, your profitability probably ain't going to be that great.
So it sounds like, 30, 40, $50 a month maybe could happen, right, on your one GPU. A lot of people are putting in comments in general. We all know that there's no graphics cards available, and if so, they're 3x what they're worth.
I don't agree with that. You can find a lot of cards. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before you say anything, it's not going to be the case forever, and we'll get that opportunity to get some decent graphic cards for cheaper compared to what they're upselling and marketing them up. But go ahead and say what you're going to say.
Yeah, I mean, right now, the flow of graphics cards are actually coming pretty good now. Most companies are shipping out a lot of. I've said this a couple times in the past. Your mom and pop stores, they're getting their orders that they placed, months ago. Like during the peak of the bull run, they're now getting their orders. So the abundance is growing in cards. You also got Intel stepping into the graphics cards. They're talking about Q1 2022. They're going to be releasing their graphics cards. So now you've got them, and none of them are going to be hash rate limited. So that's a big plus for miners. Look into that. Might even be cheaper than, some of the other options now. I don't know. I'd like to be able to get my hands on some like beta cards of Intel anyways, just to play around with them. But no, I mean, yeah, right now graphics card is hard to get. You are going to have scalpers out there still scalping them, and you might fit to be tied to find one, so to speak. So but look around. You can find some. I've given out a few of my sources here and there. So yeah, just keep looking if that's what you want to do. Like I said, I mean, you can get you a 3070, like $700. Scalping price is gonna be $1,400. So yeah, just do what you want to do, and then if you get 4 or 5 of those, there you go. Now you're looking at a 300-400 mega hash, which can earn you about anywhere between, depending on what you're mining, $20 to $100 a day. So
yeah, and a lot of these people had many chances to buy miners.
Broke 83 on crude.
Go for
That's
it.
a big deal, y'all.
Which one?
Crude oil just broke $83.
Will you throw it in the tickers? Like just put the $sign ticker in the coin so
It
everybody can see
doesn't.
the 24-hour?
It doesn't. I don't have a ticker for it. I mean, it's CLZ1. But unless you pay for that market on TradingView, you're not going to see it. And frankly, even then, you probably won't see it. It sucks.
Yeah,
Hey,
I was gonna say real quick before Graybeard, I was gonna say the mining thing. I feel like we're gonna have another opportunity. You guys really are starting to see the potential and the value in it. I mean, it's you plug and play the damn thing, right? You don't need to do anything. You just got to keep the space cool so it's not absorbing a bunch of heat and it's absorbing a bunch of electricity. But start with one little miner. But we've been hearing about miners for 3-4 years. Like a lot of us haven't been in the game, but you guys have heard about miners, man. So if you're gonna get it, don't blow this next opportunity once they get all this backlog handled and there's some, ant miners available and GPUs. Don't come 3 years later and be like, oh yeah, the miners. Go do it. If it's $1,000, it'll pay itself off, and you don't got to do nothing. You got to have the stress of scalping, swing trading, doing all this trading and worrying about your P&L on longs and shorts. Plug the damn thing in and walk away from it. So yeah, I'm all about it, bro. I feel like it's a little too expensive for me right now to grab a couple of these GPUs because they're so marked up right now. But I'm guilty as ever. I'm guilty as everybody else. Like I could have bought miners 3 years ago, and I wouldn't be sitting here where I'm at right now.
Hey, Goose, you said CRV?
I think it said CLV.
CLZ, and it's only Z because it's the month that letter changes. CLZ1.
I don't think we both tried. Me and Graybeard both tried it.
You type in TradingView CLZ, and you have to click, and you have to be under the futures, not crypto or any of that, but underneath futures, and then it'll show you crude oil. You click underneath of it and hit 2021.
Crude oil features.
Hey, so Miss Goose, does this mean higher gas prices or lower gas prices?
Higher.
Oh.
Already higher shit. I mean, it's already like what's the national average? $4 or something like that now? $3.50.
Oh, I got it, Goose.
Hey, Darrell,
up
do you
there.
remember when I mentioned that the coins they're tied by the hips and they go opposite on Coinbase compared to BTC? Do you remember that?
Yeah, you said you're gonna put that list together.
Well, no, I said that Clover coin was the one that went against it, right? It was the one that was anytime BTC sprung, Clover coin went down like a no other. So I'm putting in general, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see if it lines up here.
Do I got the right one up, Goose?
Oh, hold on.
So in the last 14 days that BTC's been springing, it's down 9%. Before BTC was springing, it's up 34%. So I'm just trying to do a split test. Yeah, Goose, let us know what coin you're talking about or stock it is. But point is it's kind of split testing what we said. Like BTC's been springing up in the last couple weeks, and Clover's been going down.
It should be 8306 currently. 05.
Boo-hoo, let's go.
I'm long on this. I don't go long very often, but I'm long on this. But I had a contract that got stopped out just underneath 83. Like it rejected it a couple of times. But so when it went past, it was like bam.
What coin is this, Goose?
It's not a coin. That's crude oil. That's your thing, Mr.
Oh,
Texas.
crude. Oh, I don't know what you were. I thought for some odd reason you had said Sheba, but no, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm drunk.
I finally finished cleaning my office, and I was decided to play my game. And then when I was like, "Oh man, it's getting ready to pass 83," like that's kind of a big deal. Like it was a big deal last Friday when it passed 82.
Hey, he's in South Texas. The oil is in West Texas.
Yeah.
I got you.
West Texas, and you got the containers out in Houston.
111.45 from what I can see.
I thought like all the oil refineries were down in South Texas, still on the coast.
No.
Alright guys, I'm going to wrap my stream up, my YouTube stream. If you want to continue to listen to the conversation or join in, I've put a link to Piscot's Discord in the YouTube chat. So yeah, check it out. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like button, hit subscribe for the future streams. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Rick. You're awesome, man.